All right. Okay, you guys. Oh, somebody else is here. Oh, one more person. Sorry, you guys. I almost started too quick, too soon. So let me just do roll call, make sure that I didn't start without anybody then. Just double check. Hold on, I'm just going to pause the recording so we don't need this on our recording. Back to being recorded now that we're all settled. Okay, you guys. Have you guys all seen me read before, or do we need to start with the explanation on how this works? I know that at least 3 of you have seen me read before, but throw up a hand here if anybody is here that has never heard my opening, heard how this works, or my explanation. If anybody needs me to go over this again, throw up a hand, a heart, a something. Pretty much everybody's been here. Sweet. Okay, I love that because I don't have to go over it all over again. I just want to remind you guys that your loved ones are talking to you, not me. I am just the medium, the channel, right? And Elizabeth, you're giving me a heart, but I know you've heard this, so I think you're just hearting what I'm saying. They're talking to you, not me, which means they're going to bring up things that are going on around you, things that I can't know. Did you guys see my live earlier today? That was awesome. And this is exactly what I mean. I shared this story earlier today on my members group today. Her grandma came, one of my members' grandmas came through and was giving her rollerblades. And I'm like, what the heck are these for? And she didn't get it at first until she realized a few hours before the members group started on her Facebook memory. Her daughter's birthday just passed, and on one of her birthdays they had a picture of her in these rollerblades, and that memory came up on her Facebook feed just a couple of hours before we sat down for members. So when we sat down for members, her grandma came through showing her rollerblades. Why? Because she wanted her to know that she was there at that moment when those memories were coming up on her Facebook feed, that she was there for that and she saw that. See, that's the kind of messages your loved ones are going to bring up. Things that you can't Google, things that are extraordinarily specific to what is going on in your life right now. So I want to remind you of that, because if I bring you that message and I'm like, why are they giving you rollerblades? And you're like, I don't know, it means nothing. You tell me, what does that mean? Then I don't know that you have that memory on your Facebook feed. I don't know. They're talking to you, not me. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, let's just jump in and do this. All right, so Vanessa, I got to start with you because your mom is so strong and she's got all this energy built up. And it's like, it's almost like, excuse my language for putting it this way, because I don't know any other better way to put it. It's like I have to release this fart or I won't be able to focus. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Do you have a focus, hon? Is there somebody else that you want to connect with? Because she's not alone. She brought somebody with her.
Okay, so my nephew, I have 2 other people. My nephew and my best friend that passed away. There's reasons for that, for those 2.
Right away, somebody's choking me out here. So, all right, let's do this, okay?
Yep.
It's interesting. I can see them together. Like, I don't know if they knew each other or not, but they're definitely holding hands. Okay, feet together on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me. And give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Your mom's funny. She's like, I won't be insulted that you didn't want to talk to me today because I still got to bring them forward. So I got to roll in this somehow. As long as she got a piece in here somehow, she's good. These 2, you said your nephew and your friend that passed before we think of as their time, and they both passed before we think of as their time. I'm seeing spinning, very much spinning, 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 spinning. So I don't know if somebody was actually in a car accident or some type of accident, but I taste blood and I got spinning thoughts. It's interesting because their energies are kind of similar. Like they both passed before we would think of, or before, let me say this better. They both passed before we would think of as their time. They both passed tragically. Somebody is choking me out like right away. They restrict my breath because they take me through their passing from their perspective, not ours. They either they knew each other in the physical world or they've greeted on the other side because I see the handshake and the holding of the hands. Is some of this making sense to you?
Okay, so I have a nephew, which was younger. Do you want specifics or no?
Well, the nephew and then the female is
Okay, so I have the female that there's a car accident, which would be my niece that got into a car accident at 11 years old.
okay.
And and then my best friend was like COPD and cancer.
You see?
Hmm.
So your niece is stepping forward with your nephew, even though it feels like they're on opposite sides of the family, like different family members. Does that make sense?
They are.
That's just your mom over there not playing favorites.
Yep, that would be my
And
mom.
wanting you to know that the kids are together on that side.
Oh.
Your nephew that passed before we think of as his time, he stands up and he shows me the body scan, which is more than one issue in the body or pain throughout the body. And then I also go to the mind and I feel like I can't think properly. I'm not clear in the mind. There's something. And then sudden. Is this
So he was 3 months old when he passed away. His mother threw him against the chair and
got
he,
ya?
yeah.
This is
And
why
he actually passed on my birthday, which was on the 28th.
this is
18
just
years ago.
oh it's
18 years
just
ago, but my
I was
birthday
gonna
was
say,
on
is
the
this
28th.
recent? Because I'm telling you, this doesn't feel recent.
No, it's been 18 years, but it was on my birthday.
So, what you need to know about that is a couple of things. One, I don't see him as a baby on that side. I got to tell you, he's grown. The soul continues to grow on that side. I do know that he didn't feel a whole bunch. Like he shows me the pain throughout the body, but then the soul immediately slips out of the body. Do you know what I mean? He is quickly on the other side. God takes baby souls very quickly, very quickly. They don't suffer here in the physical world. And that would make sense if he was only 3 months old, why the 11-year-old niece would come forward because she's like playing with the baby. Do you see what I mean? She's all about the babies. So if you're going
Oh
to bring
yeah.
the baby together, bring forward the baby, then the little girl's going to come with him. They're a package deal. They're hanging out together on that side.
Yep, that would be her.
Now, your best friend,
Hmm.
she's like, what is this, a daycare? She's not a big, huge fan of kids on that side. I'll tell you that. She's not a huge kid person, hey?
Well, she ran a daycare, so
Oh, no wonder. So
yeah.
that's where the joke is, because she's like, "What the heck is this? A daycare? Like, what? You bring me through in a daycare?" Like, I didn't get the joke. That's the joke. She's like, "Of course you asked to talk to me at the same time you asked to talk to the kids. Still babysitting on that side."
So so her daughter was born on my birthday also. So when I met her name's Heather. When I met Heather, um my daughter was only 6 months and her daughter was 3 months older than my daughter, and they've been best friends ever since. And so her daughter and my daughter spent our birthday together this year. So I asked Heather to come through to make sure she knew about that.
She put a tiara on their head. I'm not sure what's up with that. A
It
tiara.
was They were her princesses. Those girls were always dressed up to the nine, like when she took
Like
them.
princesses and stuff. Like I'm telling you, like tiaras,
Literally.
crowns, the whole spiel.
Yep. We had the last birthday party when they were younger was actually a princess birthday party. It was my daughter's princess birthday party.
Oh, okay, so this is what she's talking about. She's giving you guys pizza. She's talking about the girls being a lot older. Are they teenager now? Like 13, 14, 15?
Nope, 11 and 10.
You'd never know it. I'm telling you, she's showing me older.
Yeah, they act so much older.
Has somebody been wearing tight jeans? Because she smacked their butt, and it feels like if you hit their butt hard enough, the jeans are going to crack or something. Like there's a joke about the jeans or the being too tight or something like that.
So my daughter's got a big butt for the age of 10. And she hates wearing jeans now because they're so tight. So she's like, I'll wear leggings the rest of my life.
I'm telling you, your friend on the other side, she's coming through. I didn't get the joke at first. She's like, shh. And I'm hearing
Yeah.
apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. That
It's my
song.
daughter's favorite song.
So know that she's watching over your daughter on this side and taking care of the babies on that side too. She's thanking you guys for celebrating their birthdays together, for talking about them. And it's funny because I was saying that I was seeing orbs all over the place. She's like, "Thank you, that's me. You've been seeing them too, hey?"
Yep.
Slow this down. She just showed me the handshake with your mom. She's getting to know your mom on that side, or seeing her again after not seeing her for a very long time, because the handshake is like either meeting, making peace, reconnecting after a very long time apart.
So my mom knew Heather, but didn't like they knew each other, but didn't like really, really know each other. It was more me and Heather that like bonded, but my mom did know Heather. So I would think it would be from like a long time.
Your mom is like cleaning your house, son. I don't know what this is. She's like vacuuming, cleaning. There's something about moving the coffee tables. Like, I feel like I'm on a big cleaning spree. Did you just do your whole house?
We did, and my mom was a clean freak.
So know that as you were cleaning, if she loved cleaning, she was there for that. She said you need a new vacuum though.
We
What's with the
probably could.
vacuum?
We probably could. Well, actually, so I bought her a brand new vacuum that she so needed before she passed away, and she never used it, so it's in the storage.
I'm telling you, that's what she's talking about.
Hey,
She's
Joey,
like,
come
give
back.
her the new vacuum, give her a new vacuum, give her a new vacuum. I'm like, why does she need a new vacuum? That's why.
It's one of those ones that mop and vacuum and all that at the same time.
She just gave you the instruction book. So is the reason why you don't use it because you don't really know how to operate it?
No, I have it, and she kept every instruction book to everything she had in her whole house.
She's giving you the instruction book. Like, if you don't know how to use it, read this, but use this. It'll help.
Oh God.
She's like interrupting your reading. She's like, I'm sorry, but I miss my girl so much. And I need you to know that I'm there and I see everything going on. And she wants to be a part of it so much. And then she's giving you salt and pepper.
So, okay, so my stepfather cooks for me every year. He cooks me chicken and dumplings for my birthday every year. And we did that the night before my birthday, and I always use salt and pepper on his food.
And this was recent, isn't it? Because this is the second time she's brought up something about your birthdays, and your mom just gave you the rose when you said that.
Yeah, my
It,
birthday was the 28th.
it was when?
The 28th of this month.
This is why you're here today. It's as close as you can get it to your actual birthday.
It
So
is.
that's why when I tell you guys, for me, this is like playing Spirit Jeopardy. Spirit, not Jeopardy. Yeah, Spirit Jeopardy. I get the answer. I don't know the question. So what your mom just showed me was a whole bunch of validations of things that happened around your birthday. Yeah, and your friend as well. She's like, "What? Not just her. I showed you stuff." So they're showing you everything that happened around the birthday so that you can know they were there for that.
Absolutely.
Aw, okay. She's pulling her energy back. She kissed your cheek and she's like, and I got to go first this time. I didn't make you wait till last. Almost like that was something you asked for. Can you make it go faster this time?
That's the first time I actually didn't.
Oh, really?
That's
Last time you
funny.
did. Okay, so that's a message then. Because what that means is that sometimes you heard my open, right? Which I didn't record, but that's okay. So sometimes if we get hyper fixed on something that we want, we actually push it away from us. The second that you go, okay, fine, I'll just go with the flow, boom, it comes in. So that
Absolutely.
message is that if there's something else in your life that you've been focused on and you're focused on, it's not working, it's not happening, it's like take your attention off of it. And the second you take your attention off of it, it comes right in.
So I do have a question. I don't know if it's going to be able to be answered or not. So I asked my mom, the only thing I wanted for my birthday was a visit from her. So that night I had a dream. and it was me, my brother, and her sitting in a circle, and her and my brother were praying, but I was crying. And I'm like trying to interpret that, but I didn't know if like she could interpret it
What were they
or
praying about?
I don't know. I couldn't hear. I could hear, but I wasn't focusing because I was
So it's not
like,
about the words. How did it feel? What did their prayer feel like? Did it feel like they were praying because they were scared? They were praying because they were happy? They were praying because they were grateful? What were they praying?
I don't know. They were just praying, and then I just kept crying, and but I kept telling myself, I know this is a visit, and I know when I wake up, she's not really gonna be here. But it's the first dream or visit that I've had of my mom. Like the other dreams that I've had were not my mom. It was my mom, but it wasn't my mom, like kind of thing, and it was nightmares. This one, what like it was my mom.
So in the dream, your mom and your brother were praying, and you were there and you were crying.
Hmm.
Okay. So what your mom is trying to say is that all you got to do is just, what is a prayer? A prayer is communication. It's talking to them, right?
Yep.
If, and I tell people this all the time, our dreams are a literal interpretation of how we feel about our physical reality. So if you have a lot of grief and sadness around your mom's passing, then if she tries to come to you in your dream state, you're going to see her as dead and gone. It's going to be all twisted, and it's going to be about how you feel about her passing. How you feel is sad about her passing. So what she was trying to show you in your dream is that pray. She's telling you to pray to her, to talk to her in that way, because if she tries to come to a visit right now, it just makes you sad. So she came and gave you a visit on your birthday because that's what you asked for, but she's trying to show you that it might be a little too soon for this, because when I get too close, you smell me and then you get sad. Do you see what I'm
I
saying?
literally sprayed her perfume that night on my shirt and on my pillow so that I could possibly have a dream of her or visit from her, so I could smell her.
And that's what I mean. Because here's the thing, I want you to understand, when we lose our loved ones in the physical world and they go into non-physical, we feel like they're gone now. I want you to think about when you take your food away, you get hungry, right? Now, if you haven't eaten in 3 days and I come around right in front of you, eating a steak right in front of you, does that make you feel good? Or does that make you feel nauseous and sick?
Yeah.
If you feel like your mom is not here and you're still grieving her not here, when she tries to come to you, even in your dream state, you're going to smell her and you are going to feel sad. But if you understand that every time she comes to you and she's around you, that no, let me say that better. If you understand that when you are thinking of her, it means she's here and she's just invisible now, and you learn her language of communication, then her presence doesn't hurt you anymore because you just drank yesterday. So if I just drank now, I'm not thirsty. So if somebody has something good tasting, yummy smelling over here, it doesn't hurt me. It's like, well, I'm full up. I got what I need. This is a good thing now. So the message, the dream is just trying to say, don't stop talking. Keep talking to me. Sometimes for right now, until you're healed, you might have to talk through prayer. And I might stay back a little bit and not give you all of the signs that I know that you're asking for, but that's because I'm seeing that it hurts you still. I don't want you to wake up from a dream feeling like you lost me all over again. I want you to wake up going, oh, yes, thank you, Mom. That was such a fun visit. And so here's the thing, thank her for the dream and thank yourself for the dream, and tell yourself how proud you are of yourself for receiving that. As hard as that was, you received it. So now you cry, you get those grief tears out in your energetic state as well. So the next visit, you have more room for happiness. She's not going to quit on you, she's going to keep it up.
Oh, I know she will.
Awesome. All right, hon. I'm going to let her
Thank you
pull her
so much.
energy back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Where am I going here? I got to go to this lady over here. I don't remember your name. Andrea. Andrea, I'm coming to you. You just got to take it off mute. No worries. We got lots of time.
Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
Who is it that you would like me to focus on? Got quite
My
a
husband.
Okay. You got quite a few people behind you, actually.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good,
not
right?
surprised that you say my husband because I was hearing Unchained Melody as I was like setting up um my sage and my blessing today. I knew that's a spouse. That's somebody coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this man's love. Let me tell you, I wish I was married to him. The love that's coming through is huge, and I haven't even connected yet. Okay, Hannah, you ready to do this?
Yes.
Both feet flat on the floor.
Okay.
I want you I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay, he's very cute. All right, puzzle dump. Here we go. First of all, the strongest thing coming through is the love, like an enormous amount of love. I can tell you how much this man loved you right off the hop.
Yeah.
Um,
He does.
he's all dressed up. Like he goes, make sure she knows that I put on the penguin suit. Hey, make sure she knows I did this for her. I don't do this for nobody, Tracy. You mean to make sure she knows that I did this for her? I got pain in my head. My heart just feels like it's just a going. I'm having trouble getting a breath. I don't know if this is like heart attack or I just am like at my last moments. I can't quite breathe. He's taking all, this isn't heart attack. I don't know. He's taking, okay, hold on. Slow down, buddy. Everything happens very quickly, it feels. It's like slow motion at fast pace at the same time. Everything's going fast in slow motion. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like everything starts breaking down in my body, or I got pain or trauma throughout my body. It feels like everything goes very quick. I can't breathe. There's some spinning thoughts. I do see the soul tethered to the body here, which is my symbol that the soul steps out of the body but stays tethered like we do with an umbilical cord. And huge amounts of I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you coming through, as well as he very much wants you to know that he looks good on that side. Now, when they keep emphasizing how good they look on that side, he's showing me he doesn't want you to remember him that way. The way he looked at the end, he does not want you to remember him like that. He wants you to remember him the way that he looked when you got married, because he's showing me, was that the last time he wore a suit? Was like when you got married?
Now my daughter's wedding.
Thank you, because he's like taking me back. I knew it was at somebody's wedding, because he's like, if the wedding was the last time I wore that suit. How
Yeah.
did your husband pass, honey?
He was at work and I think he had a heart attack. He went to the hospital, but they never told us really what was wrong with him.
This was in the last year or two?
It was this year. It
Confirmation.
was in October. I'm sorry.
That's very, like, very soon. I'm so
Yes.
sorry, honey.
Thank you.
Do you understand why he's like wanting you to know that he looks so good on that side? Like, I don't know if that's just his personality or what the heck, but here's the thing. He's kind of dressed up
Yeah.
like Duck Dynasty.
What's that?
So if you've never seen the show, the open is what they're showing me. Like they're dressed in like the suit with shorts and then like boots. It's like redneck dressed up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but you seem he liked to joke around a lot. So
Did somebody just go hunting or something? Like I feel like there's something about hunting or a gun or shooting or something like this.
no, not that I know of.
That sounds like Mitch.
Who said that?
Me,
Are
Christina.
is this with your mom? No?
No, well, his mom was there. So the last time I spoke to Mitch, there was a gun in the hotel where he was found dead, but he wasn't shot. Like a big gun.
Krista, are you and Andrea together?
No, it's just me. Krista's
Okay.
here, but I'm here.
I'm here.
She's here, but she's here with me, teaching me how to do this. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so Krista, at the bottom, what we're experiencing here is a piggyback. So hold on, we're not quite going to you yet. That's okay. I'm glad that you're understanding some of these messages and we're going to come up to here to you in just, let me say this better. I'm circling back in just a minute, Andrea. I just want to explain what's going
Okay.
on here.
So
Because
I'm sorry.
that's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
What Spirit does is they group together the people that will be able to understand or resonate with the messages that are being delivered. So when I'm reading for somebody else, you very well might understand these messages. This just tells me that I'm going to you next, Krista. Okay? So hold
Okay.
on, but that doesn't mean that this isn't for you as well. Okay, Andrea? Do you have a
Okay.
son here in the physical world?
A what? A
A
son?
son?
Yeah. Well, I was pregnant and I lost the baby. I was 6 months.
In the physical world.
Oh, physical world. In the physical world, you said? No, not in the physical world. I'm sorry.
Then it's got to be, because I keep seeing 2 kids around you. Now I know your daughter is there. Is she married?
Yes, she is.
See, Krista, it's Krista too, right? That's why we got a piggyback
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
See, your dad knows you're there. This is why I tell you guys that if you're gonna show up, like if you're gonna buy a ticket for your loved one and you're gonna be right there, your loved one's not gonna leave you out.
You're
Here's
right.
the
Better
thing.
not.
Tell her if you
He
want to-
keeps giving you a shotgun for your boyfriend or your husband. You're married, correct?
Here.
Yeah, I'm married. I don't know what the shotgun. We don't we don't hunt. We're not like a hunting. I don't know.
It's a specific message. So hold on.
Hold on.
This would be your dad, correct?
Uh-huh.
And it's a good marriage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you, I'll tell you what the shotgun means. Usually, anybody here who's heard me read before knows what the shotgun means, and I'm trying to make it mean something else, but maybe I'm wrong. So here's the thing. Usually when they show me the shotgun, it's my symbol for protection, that they are protecting you and watching over you. But here's the thing. I feel like they're giving it to the man. So maybe I'm misunderstanding this. Maybe he needs protection. Do you see what I'm saying? Or you need protection in that relationship. All I know is your dad's very specifically giving you the shotgun.
Huh.
So something is going on. Struggle,
Well, that
challenge.
sounds like him. I mean, he would always
Your dad.
protect me, my dad. I mean, even though I was married, he was still my favorite person in the whole world. So,
So if he had a chance to come if he was sitting down in front of your mom and he knew you were off camera, the first thing he would say is, I'm protecting my baby girl. You make sure you tell that husband of yours that if he gets out of line, daddy's got the shotgun on this side. Thank you.
that
Knows you're
sounds
there.
like him.
Do you have a sister though, hun? Is there 2 kids in the family? So it's just
No.
you and your husband is what your dad is talking about then.
I have my daughter.
Okay. Your dad's just showing me he's watching over the two, and now he's going back to mom again. He's like, sorry, I'm coming back. I just had to validate that my angel was there. I had to, and I had to let her know that daddy's going to take anybody out who hurts her. Just saying, this is being broadcast for everybody to see.
Me and my daughter. He's talking about me and my daughter because the 3 of us were like, yeah.
Right. That's,
Still are, he said. Still are.
you still are.
Yeah. Yep.
You can go.
He's showing he's showing me the symbol for choices and decisions, the light switch, which is my symbol for choices and decisions around their passing. I feel more than one place. Was he cremated?
No.
So it's interesting. I feel more than one place. So if he's buried, then he's honored somewhere else too. There's 2 places where I'm honored.
Where's what?
Honored.
Oh, okay.
He's got 2 places where he's honored. I feel my honoring in 2 places. So if he's been buried, there's somewhere else that honored him, or there's somewhere special that we have honored his presence.
Oh, where'd she go?
I don't know what happened.
Did it cut out on us? Oh, don't you like spirit? Hold on, it's muted, you guys. You got to unmute it again. There you go. Did you understand that, hun? In 2 different places? Oh, you're muted again.
What?
This is how spirit lets you know they're there. They're like, it can be frustrating for us, but I promise you, he's having a gay old time up there. Going, na 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 na, I can mess with you. Interesting. Isn't that funny? Okay, you know what we're gonna do? I'm getting hot while you guys are doing this. It's interesting. We got 2 synchronicities coming in here. Awesome. Okay, we got this working, hey?
Yes.
Did you hear what I said about your husband? How he's like trying to show off his skills right now?
Yes, I hear you saying that.
Okay,
Wow.
back to where he's honored in 2 places. Do you understand that?
No, we don't.
So there's where he laid to rest, but there's somewhere else that his soul is at peace with. Now, here's the thing. It feel like sometimes I've seen this at like a vacation spot or a cabin or something like this.
Dominican Republic?
There's a place.
Mm.
Girl, like,
Yeah, it's
Sorry? Oh, you guys muted again.
keep cutting in with us somehow.
yeah.
You want? Okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody keeps cutting in through here.
He's talking about a whole bunch of, I don't know if he belonged to like, I know this sounds crazy, a gang of guys or like a group of guys, like I have a big group of buddies or something. I just know that there's another place that I've been honored, that everybody has come together. It's like, this is where my essence is. I don't know how to explain that. It's like, I'm here and I'm here at the same time.
Wow. Oh, no, you get that? I don't get that.
Mm-mm.
No.
It's funny because he showed me cheersing and I see reuniting. First of all, there's a reuniting with the father figure on that side, and there's huge relief to be reunited with the father figure on that side.
Yeah, his father's there. And he missed him a lot.
So he's bringing that through. He knows what he's talking about. See, these are recorded for a reason.
Right.
And so you'll be able to figure this out afterwards because he's not changing his message here. He's thanking the people who honored him. There's a group of 2 or 3 guys or something that came together to honor him. Then he brings forward his dad and shows that he's together with him on the other side. He's thanking you guys for the way that you laid him to rest. He's showing me that there's a spot there for you too. Did you buy a double plot for you and him?
Yes. Yeah. There's a double, yes. What is that? There is a double plot.
You heard what we said earlier about the dreams, right? Because he's showing that goes for you too. That goes for you too. So it feels like you probably haven't had a dream about him yet.
No, I haven't.
Do you understand why now? Did you hear what I was saying to the lady earlier about the dreams?
Yeah, because I did hear you what you were saying.
So he wants you to know as soon as you are clear enough that he will be able to come to you in your dream. But I'm telling you right now, there's some people that have gotten together to honor him somewhere else. Distance or space. He's showing me another town, another city, another place. Do you know if he was from somewhere else? Is there's another city or town that is important to him?
Maybe the work people or something. His friends at work. I don't know. He was from here. He's from where he lived in Williamstown his whole life. So.
He goes, fine, I'll move on, but he wants to thank them as well.
Okay. We'll figure it out, I guess, right?
I just asked him why, and he said, because here's the thing, there's some of his work buddies, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Did he work there for a very long time?
Yeah, 10 years.
Because here's the thing, that was traumatic for a lot of them. That's where he had this heart attack, right?
Yes. Well, he had it at a house. He went to a house and knocked on the door and told the guy, because he worked for a gas company. So told the guy, I think I'm having a heart attack. And he called me. So
He wants to thank them, and there's some guys at work that are still, it feels like they came together and they did something to celebrate him, or they did something to, it just feels like honor him, to, like, you know, when somebody passes, they
Yeah.
put a plaque up or they do something. Something has been done in his memory. And he's like, I want it on record that I said it before you find out. Because when they bring this to you and say we did this in his memory, then you know that he knew before you did.
Right, right,
These can be frustrating for me sometimes, and sometimes for the people watching. But what is
right.
beautiful and magical about it is that afterwards, a week from now, a month from now, when this all happens and you see it happen, it is a peace unlike anything you can imagine.
Okay.
He's showing me his wedding picture and the whole album. Were you just looking at pictures recently? Like just recently?
Well, my daughter just bought me a picture of me and him, so for Christmas. So I have that up now.
He wants you to remember him like that. He must have been younger in that picture because he goes, tell her that's why how I want her to remember me. And then he shows me this, like his muscles, like he's strong.
Yeah, he always did that for sure. That's funny. Right?
Somebody has his clothes or his sweater. I feel like I'm wearing it. I feel like I'm wearing his jacket or something.
My daughter has it. Right? You wear it all the time? See?
I don't wear it all the time. I wore it once for a special thing, but I have it in my room.
He knows you have it. And he's like draping it over your shoulders. Every time that you want to feel like you need a hug from him, just wrap it around your shoulders.
Yeah.
He gave you a rose to your daughter. As soon as you mentioned her, the rose is my symbol for birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year.
It was just my daughter's birthday on January 21st.
Okay, so see what I mean? They're specific. They know.
But he gave it to me.
How old is your daughter? Did she get her ears pierced or something? I'm not sure what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's showing me
Yeah.
ears.
She just turned 12. She actually had her ears pierced twice. They just didn't work. But he bought her diamond earrings, but she just can't put them in.
So he's bringing this up. And it's so interesting. There's a lot of reassurance coming through with that message because I was the same as your daughter. I had my ears pierced 3 times as a child and they just got infected and grew over every time. So I waited until I was an adult, and this is the secret. Your child might not be able to do this, but I did, and this is how you fix it. You get real gold earrings, not the cheap stuff, and then you leave them in even while they're infected. You leave them in. If it's real gold or sterling silver, then it won't hurt them. You just keep cleaning them until the infection goes away, and then it will never heal over again. But you have to leave them in until the infection goes away, no matter what.
Okay.
That's the
Well,
trick.
maybe next time I'll have them, put the ones that he got her in, because he got them
Real gold.
after she had. Yeah.
They're real, so.
Yeah, they're real.
If they're real, they won't hurt her ears. He's like, see, Grandpa knows.
That's funny, right?
He's talking about the ring. I feel like Mom still has the ring, or I'm seeing 2 rings. I feel like, do you have his ring as well? Or did you bury him with it?
I just started putting my rings back on my hands because I have trigger fingers, so they would swell, so I couldn't wear them.
Aw. And where's his ring?
Well, he didn't like rings, so he really didn't have one. He didn't like them. So,
Do you know what?
but
He's wearing it on that side. He just showed me. He's like, look at my ring, Tracy. I got my ring on here. I want her to know that I am waiting for her up here and I'm wearing it proud. He's so proud of it.
that's nice.
I feel like you smell him. As he's pulling his energy back, he's showing me that you can smell him from time to time. Remember how this lady said she sprayed perfume and smelt her mom? I feel like I really can smell his cologne around me. Have you smelt that around you?
Well, I smelled it one time. One time I did.
Know that
You did.
that's him. Here's the thing, is that grief and pain creates a distorted energy field around you, which makes it hard for them to connect to.
Right.
And as that starts to heal, it's easier for him to connect. But there is no such thing as fluke, random, or chance. Your loved ones will use any sign, any symbol, any sensation that they have to remind you of them, so that when you think of them, they're right there.
Right. He just showed us a cardinal. We had a cardinal that kept singing.
It came
And
to her house, left her house. I was on the phone with her. And she's like, it's gone. I live 2 houses down and across the street. So then it came to my house. Then it left my house, came back to her house.
And this was before Christmas?
No, this was the other day.
The other
Oh,
day.
The other day.
So because as your dad's saying this, the thing about the cardinal is there is a very famous Christmas ornament that goes around with the cardinal. People often associate the cardinal around Christmas time, right? So what I heard your dad say when you started saying the cardinal, he said, thank you. I've been using every sign, every number, every synchronicity I can possibly think of to try to make sure you know it's me. So I used the one sign that's on every single Christmas ornament, the red cardinal. And as soon as he used that sign, there is no denying that it was him.
See that?
So that tells me he's been using every sign that there is. You've seen dimes and pennies and nickels. You've seen the birds, the feathers, the synchronized numbers, the smells, the all of it. That's all him. All of
He's
it.
been working overtime with the signs. We actually have we actually have video, like, from the blink camera. It's his, it's like this glow, and it's him, like, it's him. When you look
You
at
don't
it, it's
say.
him.
You don't say. He's been messing with your camera and your technology, so the second you try to connect to me, all of a sudden your technology goes freaky weird. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
This is how they communicate, you guys. Your
Yeah.
dad is not gone. He's still with you. And he needs you to know that he loves you so much and that this is him talking to you. So all you got to do is tell him what you need and follow those signs. And he will guide you right to whatever it is that you're asking for. And please make sure you let your husband know that Daddy can see everything on the other side. Just everything.
Oh, I will. He knows.
I literally heard your dad say, pull up your socks, boy. Pull up your socks.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is funny.
That's very my dad.
You tell him.
I'm going to let him pull his energy back, hon. Please know that he
Thank
loves you
you.
so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Sweetie,
Kate.
one last thing, honey. He really wants you to keep talking to him and let you know that this isn't over now. Just because you're here in physical and he's in non-physical doesn't mean it's over. See all those signs and symbols he's sending you? Because he's strong. And because if you tell him what you need, he will line it up for you. And then you're going to feel his presence every day for the rest of your life. He's never going to go away.
Mhm.
Sounds good. That's what I want.
Good, good, good. Okay, I'm going to let him pull his energy back, hon. Okay, well, I guess we know where we're going. We got the other shotgun going here. Okay, so Krista, other Krista, we're coming to you, sweetie. We're coming to you.
My name's actually Christina.
Okay. Sorry, this is how you can tell that I don't have my glasses on. Forgive me.
Okay.
Christina. Two Christinas. It's a very popular name. You know that I have given more readings to Christinas this last 2 months than any other name. Just interesting.
Wow.
Okay, so who are you wanting to connect with here, hun?
Like my ex-boyfriend, Mitch, and my grandma and
Mitch
Shorty.
is the one that connects with the shotgun, yes?
Yeah. It's kind of weird how you were saying something about being in 2 different places because his ashes were spread in 2 different places, like the Dominican Republic,
Yeah.
like far away. And his mom was he was really close with his mom. It kind of resonated with a lot of stuff that you had said to her, which was weird.
That's how spirit doubles up to make sure that even if I screw up your message, he gets a message through somebody else. It's
Yeah.
called synchronicity.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. I don't know.
I know it's
Um,
weird at first. So you get used to it.
yeah,
Okay, you're nervous, aren't you? I can feel
a
your
little bit, yeah.
going.
I'm more nervous to hear about what my grandma's gonna say.
Well, your boyfriend's going first. He's like, I'm going first, and then we'll let her come through. All right, hon, you ready to do this?
Yep.
Okay, both feet flat on the floor.
Okay, I gotta turn this way because I'm sitting on my bed. Oh, I can't do it like that. Oh, shit. Okay, this way. I was just doing this off my phone at the moment, so it's kind of like.
That's okay. Just find a place to get it all nice and cozy.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Feet on the floor. I want you to close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Got you. Okay, puzzle dump. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
So we're going to start with the boyfriend. Now, I do see distance or space. He's been on the other side for a little while now.
Yeah, quite a while. Well, since the 2017.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense to me. Okay, right away when he steps forward, I get very nauseous. Very, very, very nauseous. I see the dizzying thoughts. I feel high, to be honest with you. I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, woo. But I also got the blanket of responsibility around my shoulders, which means that he's taking responsibility for how or where or he was when he died. I don't know that I feel intention. I'm not exactly sure because I've got the spinning thoughts, a lot of spinning thoughts. I don't feel any pain, I'll tell you that. Like when I tell you that I feel like, woo, I don't know what I'm feeling here. How did
He overdosed. Well, somebody gave him carfentanil in GHB. So he took GHB with carfentanil in it, and then he overdosed. It was really, really sad, actually.
I can feel it. So he's coming through though going, woo, what a trip. Just know that I didn't feel nothing. Just saying, didn't feel nothing. I was high as a freaking kite. And then I'm up here with my loved ones going, how the heck did you get here? Like, he's like, whoa, that was a trip. Like, he's very much wanting you to know that I didn't feel any pain. I just felt very high, very floaty and dizzy. And then I'm on the other side.
Well, that's not really good. Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't feel any pain.
He's also not blaming anyone else. He's taking the responsibility for himself. And he showed me it wasn't murder. And he goes, say that again and again and again and again, because I feel like somebody here thinks that it was purposeful or something.
I definitely thought that I did, for sure, because, like, really?
No, don't get me wrong in saying that he wasn't murdered or killed, I should say. There's a
He
difference.
took it, ingested it himself, is what he's probably trying to say.
Yes. There's a difference between somebody purposefully trying to murder you or somebody not caring if what they're doing is killing people or not, because they have the choice whether to take it or not. So whoever gave it to him wasn't setting out to try to kill him, but they didn't give a shit either. What he's saying is that he's taking responsibility for his passing and where he was and the choice that he made at the time. He didn't know that it was going to take his life, of course, you understand. Otherwise, he never would have done it. But he's taking responsibility. And he needs you to know that he knows that.
Okay, well, that's good. Well, that's good, at least, since I've been feeling pretty upset. I don't know, just there's been a lot of confusion with his passing and, like, all whatnot, and it's just been a lot of confusion. Still haven't really figured out, like, yeah, his mom seemed to think that it was still, like, murder, like,
Well,
or like, but nobody's ever been charged or nothing's ever come from it, like, police-wise,
So here's the thing, because nobody set out to actually, there was no plan in place to try to do this to him. happened because nobody was careful in A, B, C, and D. But here's the thing. Nobody ever gets away with anything in life. I promise you that. Nobody ever, ever, ever gets away with anything in this life. As much as you think you're getting away with it, you're not. And I'm telling you, whoever is out there giving that out to people is going to experience a really harsh death or some really harsh experiences later on in either this lifetime or the next, because what we give out, we have to come back. And he
Yeah.
wants you to put that to rest now and just know that he's okay on the other side. He's taking responsibility for how he passed. And he wants
Sorry.
you to know that so that you can have peace.
Yeah, I've been, yeah, okay. I have a hard time finding peace with it, but it's like, and he's been gone for so long, and I still like think of him every single day, every single day. Like,
Yeah.
he was like my best friend. I lived far away. He was in Alberta and I was in BC but I talked to him like that night. And he was trying to tell me, and I didn't say something very nice to him, so I just want him to know that I'm sorry for what I said to him. The last thing I said to him was,
Oh, honey. He goes, don't you dare be sorry. He goes, I was out of line. I was so inappropriate and I was out of line. I'm so glad you said what you said. It's almost like you told him, like, no, I'm not doing that. Did he offer you to come and party with him?
he kind of, sorta, he did say some things that were like, not party, but he was asking me some stuff, like if I could do something for him or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm not having any part of that kind of thing. So,
Sweetie, he is so proud of you for that, and he is so grateful for that. This thing that you're beating up on yourself for, those last words, he is so grateful for that. Because the only thing worse than him being gone would have been him taking you out with him. Had he had put you in danger or done something to, you know, put you in a bad place and put you in danger as well. That would have been the only thing worse than him being on the other side. He's
he was
proud of you for that decision.
he was supposed to come out here before, like he was supposed to come out here and he didn't, and then that happened, and so I was like mad at him. So,
That's okay. He's like, get mad. He's like, write it out, scream it out. And I saw a tattoo.
oh, you saw a tattoo?
Yeah. Aww. So he
That's
knows.
crazy.
He knows. It's interesting because he just said that tattoo helped take away some of the pain, almost like somebody who cuts. Somebody who cuts gets a cut or uses those cuts to make themselves feel better. It's like the pain, you know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah,
that tattoo almost had the same kind of feeling in it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I do. I'm not a cutter, but I was definitely wanted some healthy pain in my life, not some bad pain.
That's what
That's
he's
what
talking about. So your grandma's pushing him out of the way. She's like, get out of here. It's my turn now. She's like, I got this down pat. Let her know that I'm good on this side. I have no more pain. And she's like showing me how everything was breaking down before she passed. She wants you to know that she's sharp as anything on the other side. She's got all her mind power over there. She's jumping up and down like mobility, literally. She's like, you tell her no arthritis. Everything moves. Everything works. She was not able to move so well before she passed.
No, she wasn't. She came to me last night. I think it was her.
She's playing the song You Are the Sunshine of My Life.
Aw.
She said she came to you last night because you've been feeling very alone in this world and you need to know that you're not alone. Oh, slow down, Grandma, slow down. That's exactly, she's like showing me that she can hear your thoughts. And she's like, that's my granddaughter that you're talking to. Please be nice to my granddaughter. She's so proud of you. She's like, if you could only see yourself from my eyes, who cares if you're not where you want to be yet? You're on your way. You just can't feel it. Oh, sweetie. So here's the thing. She just showed me this is really good. Spirit's never said it so clearly to me before ever. You're on a healing journey right now, aren't you?
I'm trying to find some sort of healing, I guess. Well, like right now, like yes, I guess you could say healing, or it just seems like everything's falling apart. But
It has to fall apart so better things can fall together. But here's what's going on. So sometimes when we are speeding towards our destination, it feels like we're not moving at all. I want you to think about if you're on a plane. When you're on that plane, do you feel you're going 500 miles an hour? Does it feel like you're going 500 miles an hour? Or are you sitting on the plane feeling like you're not moving at all?
Do you feel like you're not really moving?
When you're in the middle of healing, sometimes a healing journey can feel just like that. You're speeding towards the healing, but it feels like you're not moving right now. You can only see what's in this, space in front of you, and it doesn't feel like you're moving at all, but you are speeding through reality towards the healing.
Okay. I don't understand, but okay.
I know, because you're so young. This is about answered prayers and about her teaching you her language so that she can guide you from where you are to where you want to go. I'm seeing this, the breaking of an addiction. Are you mid-20s, mid to early 20s?
32. But she passed away when I was in my mid-20s, and so like her last words basically to me were, Chrissy, get off those drugs. And I didn't. I ended up going way harder and still struggling. Yeah.
Do you understand this is the
And
healing?
I feel like I let her down really bad for that. So,
Sweetie, you didn't let her down on nothing. This is just it. You're on your way. You might not be there yet, but you're on your way. Here's the thing I want you to understand about addicts, okay? About people with addictions. And I am somebody that had addictions in my world. And I want you to understand something God told me a long time ago. He said that some of his greatest warriors start out as addicts. And I'll tell you why. Because and some of his greatest healers in this world start out as addicts. And do you know why? Because an addict, when they get themselves together, they conquer hell and they heal themselves, okay? Now they have the power to go out there and heal in a way that you would never have had unless you healed yourself.
what just happened?
What?
My dogs just run outside across the road. Just get bit? I'm sorry. No, you retarded dog, man. Like, why is the door wide open? Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my dog. She's like so out of control, this one. I'm so sorry.
That's okay,
Zoe,
honey.
is your dog friendly? Yeah, oh yeah. Okay. I'm so sorry. Yes, I know. She's just, why is my dog?
I know exactly what's going on. I can't wait to tell you guys.
I am so sorry about this.
Don't you be sorry. Don't you be sorry. I'm just going to say a prayer to thank God for helping you with this situation so that you can receive the message.
Let's go, babe. I don't have patience with this dog anymore, man. Zoe! Stay. Oh my God. No, fine, run away. I don't give a fuck. She gets hit, so don't fall. I really don't care.
Krista?
Come on, Zoe. Come on. Like, why is the door wide open?
Krista, can you hear me for a minute, honey?
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just listen to me. You take care of your dogs. Breathe. I'm going to come back to you. I'm not done with you, but I will come back.
I got
okay?
it. I got her. Yeah. Fucking Zoe. Leave the door closed, people. Ugh.
It's all good, honey.
Let me outside. God.
I don't mean to laugh.
Sorry, I know. It's just so annoying. Like, she's always constantly doing that. I gotta chase her. My grandma's probably just laughing her butt off too right now.
Oh no, this is not an accident. This is happening right now, honey. At the moment that I'm trying to talk about the addiction, this is what's happening. It's not an accident. It's not an accident. Just take a breath.
I'm sorry, you guys. That was super.
I know, super stressful. Calm yourself
so much
for a second.
All the time.
Because here's the thing. I'm so glad that happened. I know you're like, what? Everyone's like, that was inconvenient. What do you mean you're glad that happened? Listen to me.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because listen to me. Whenever you are doing anything important, whenever you are moving forward in this world towards something positive, especially when you are trying to break free from addictions, you got to understand, good is conscious, it's aware, it's alive. Evil is conscious, it's aware, it's alive. So When evil has a hold on you through addictions and it is controlling you through addictions, then when someone like me comes along and is trying to give you some advice and some help, and spirit comes in to try to help you overcome those addictions, then that conscious evil is going to try to create barriers. They're going to try to create roadblocks. They're going to try to create mishaps, just like what just happened, to derail you. Do you see that? See,
Yeah.
the thing about spirit, you have to understand, I've been doing this a very long time. They speak symbolically. What just happened in your world was a symbolic representation of what you have been going through. Just when you get on the right path and we get going, something comes in, derails you, throws you all over the place. And this is what it feels like your life has been doing. Yes?
Oh, 24/7. So I'm
So
so
listen.
tired of it. Like,
Your grandma just
so
showed me that through the dog thing. Now, what was going on when you were out there looking for that dog is you're like, damn dog, stupid dog, this is happening for me. Ah! What I want you to do is say, thank you, dog. Thank you for showing me what I need to see. Thank you, grandma, for using this dog to give me the message that I need to get. This is not happening to you. It's happening for you. Everything that you think is blocking you is happening for you, not to you. Now, I want you to hear this about addictions. If you were going to break an addiction, let's say it's alcohol, okay? Let's just say, if you're addicted to alcohol and you want to learn how to stop drinking, you can go to person A or person B. Person A learned how to stop drinking from a book. They've never touched alcohol a day in their life, but they read about it, studied it, and now they get up there and they teach how to quit alcohol from everything they learned in that book. Person B drank like a fish, was heavily addicted for many years, and then ended up getting free of that addiction and healing themselves. And now they go out in the world and they heal people who have been addicted as well. Now, which person do you want to heal from, A or B?
I'll probably be.
Now, the only way you get people in this world is by starting out as addicts. You have to be an addict to overcome that and heal that so that you can go out in this world and teach other people how to heal as well. But if you're beating up on yourself for being trained to be a healer, then you're missing the message. You got to celebrate yourself. Your grandma's not mad at you, sweetheart. She's not done with you. She's like, so what? Just because you didn't quit drugs the second that I passed, snap your fingers, twinkle your toes, and then you're magically all of a sudden all good? That's not how this works. She said that she didn't leave you and expect you to do this all by yourself. She's there with you. You guys are going to do this together. You got to understand how she communicates symbolically, and you got to think about what you want. She said you don't know what you want, and that if you can figure out what you want, she can send it to you. Part of the reason why a lot of us are miserable is because we don't know what we want. And if you don't know what you want, then they can't send it. Go into a restaurant and say, hi, thank you. I would just like happy food today. Just give me food to make me happy today. They're going to give you food that makes them happy, and you might not like pea soup. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally understand. Yeah, I get it.
The
I do.
second that you are specific, your grandma is going to start sending you everything that you need. And she said, stop seeing yourself as broken. You're not. You are in the middle of being healed. You are on a healing journey. And as long as you are focused on where you're going, then nothing can stop you. Were you here in the beginning when I told that giraffe scenario?
I think I just missed it because my thing was all muted and I had to leave and then come back in.
Means keep going through the obstacles. Just keep freaking going. Plow through. Just keep going. When you said she must be so disappointed in me, and she's like, why? Did you die and as an addict and never got a chance to heal? That would be breaking your promise to me. Just because you haven't healed it yet doesn't mean that you broke your promise to me. It means that you've tried, you've done everything you could, and you're still trying every single day. I'm immensely proud of you for that. Immensely proud of you for that.
I'm trying my best. Like I have a son and stuff, right? Like I just gotta get my shit together.
You what?
I think we just need to get out of, I have a son, so it's like I just feel like, like I don't want to grow up around that. Like I don't want my son to be like have a mom that's all like on drugs. Like it's not. It's just like that's what makes me feel like really shitty, like the most broken part. Because like I can't really.
But here's the thing, it's about taking steps towards where you want to go. So saying to yourself, you know what, I'm not that mom. I'm taking steps every day towards being better and healing myself. And make the choice and decision. Make your healing plan. Make your breaking of an addiction plan. So what I mean by that is set the date and time that you don't do any more drugs ever. Set that date and time. Set the make it a plan. If I could say, and this is how I did fasting, you guys, because it was not easy at first. So if you could do it this way as well, help your mind see it this way. If I could say to you right now, I could give you a surgery that will take 2 weeks to recover, but at the end of that 2 weeks, you are going to be completely good as new, healed top to bottom. Completely good as new. Would you do the surgery?
Probably.
Probably, but
Taking a
in order
shortcut.
to, it's going to take 2 weeks to recover from that surgery. But in the recovery time, you would get the help and the supports that you need to take care of your kids, to pay the bills, to do whatever you needed in order for you to heal for the next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, that seems like a pretty good offer, I guess.
So here's the thing. If you say to yourself, now, if you had that surgery, you have pain afterwards. It hurts like a son of a bitch, so bad sometimes, but there is no easy off button, is there? We just deal with it for 2 weeks or however long it's going to take to recover from that. So if you can do the same thing with the drugs, if you can say, you know what, I am going to stop doing them, and within a couple of weeks, I'm going to be all better. So for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to plan some support in my world. I'm going to plan to take some time off work. I'm going to plan for extra rest. You're going to plan that out, and there's no giving in for like that 2 week period. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like it might take longer than 2 weeks.
It might be whatever the amount of time is. When you said that, she goes, it might not too. You never know. Here's the thing. She's taking deep breaths, and as she's pulling her energy back, she's like putting on her cheerleading costume, showing me that she believes in you and that she can see the future and the past. And you've got way more time in the future off of drugs than you do here on the physical world with the drugs. And she's like, you just got to believe in yourself the way that she believes in you.
Did she have anything to say to like about my dad or my mom?
I saw the yellow rose. Are they not together? Are they separated?
When she was like the rock of our family, pretty much. Like when she passed away, my family just broke apart.
But yeah. Because she gave them the yellow rose. That's how I know that. The yellow rose is separation, but also friendship. So that tells me that she's reminding you your parents are best friends.
They were. They probably still are, but not really. They don't really speak to each other anymore so much. My mom's in Alberta, and my dad's out here, but like we don't. My mom was with my grandmother when she passed away.
Yeah, grief is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hurt people, and grief can tear families apart, but your grandma's up there putting the heart around everybody. And see, this is why your healing might be even more important, because as you heal yourself, your family comes back together. As they celebrate your healing, mom and dad comes together to celebrate your healing, that's going to bring them back together too. I'm going to June. Grandma's taking me June, July, Ju, and she's giving you the rose.
That's her birthday. Her birthday was in June.
So her birthday present, it feels like by this year, that's like there's something around that time that is coming to fruition around this. She's telling you this, just try it one more time. Just try it one more time. I know you've tried before, just one more time. Just one more time. You can't fail unless you quit trying. The only time you fail is when you quit trying. So you just get back up and you try again. One more time. It comes in around spring, summer. This is where success comes in. You got to believe in you and never stop trying. Stop telling yourself it's hard and start telling yourself it's worth it. And she will guide you right towards it.
That's her birthday, so I don't know any other dates than that.
As she pulls her energy back, she gives you an apple, kiddo. She gave you an apple.
An apple. Oh, a long time ago when I was a kid, I was grounded or whatever. I was in trouble, and my dad like sent me to my room with no dinner or whatever, and my grandma snuck me in an apple.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm serious.
So that means that grandma's still sneaking you whatever you need. You just forgot that she's there. If you treat her like she's dead, she can't help you. If you say, Grandma, I need that apple right now, whatever the grown-up apple might be, she's going to find a way to get it to you. They're never gone. Keep talking to her. She's not disappointed in you at all. She's extraordinarily proud of you. You might not be able to see that you're moving forward, but you are. The fact that the first step to change is wanting to change. You're on the right road. Just never stop. Okay?
Yeah, one more thing, is my mom okay? Like, I'm just wondering, because I haven't spoken to my mom in months, and I know that her and my mom were really close. Like, my mom was like her second daughter kind of thing, and like my mom's going through something right now. I just want to know if she's gonna be okay. Like, even though I don't talk to her, I just want to know if she's gonna be okay. Because me and her don't speak.
Well, I can feel the dizzy thoughts, so I'm not sure if that's stress or confusion. Slow this down. She's definitely showing me the white blanket around her shoulders. I don't know if mom drinks. Does mom drink?
Mm, I'm not sure. Not really, no. But like, no, not really. She did have an issue, like not by like not her fault, like doing it intentionally to herself, but like she got kind of screwed over by a doctor who was like prescribing her clonazepam at like the highest dosage for like 10 years.
Got
It made
ya.
her snap, made her go crazy, like crazy. Like, we all dealt with it for like 3 years. And but that's like calmed down now. But she just recently had an accident, and her arm is like something to do with her arm. She thinks she's gonna lose her arm or something. I just want to know if she's gonna be okay.
Well, that I can't tell you whether or not she's going to lose her arm or not. I don't think she's losing her life. But what your grandma was talking about was that there was something that, like, I could feel the dizziness. She's definitely too young to have Alzheimer's or something like that. But I could feel that confusion. So if they had her highly medicated, which also would be a substance that I'm picking up there, grandma's talking about her healing from that. As far as the arm goes, I really can't get a read on that. It's,
I think it's might be kind of a bit of a fib for my mom. That's what I personally think. I don't know, but
I wonder. I've never heard of somebody's arm having to get cut off unless there's a bacterial infection or something like that. And I don't,
she had an accident. She had an accident, like, so she rolled her dump truck, and like her shoulder got like ripped apart. Like, she's had like multiple surgeries on her shoulder, and I guess the doctor that put it back together there in Calgary, like just put it together like no good. And so now she's having like lots of struggles. She can't even really she can't do this. So
so
her
she may need another surgery, but I don't see her losing.
Yeah, she's telling people she's gonna get her arm cut off. So I was just wondering, like,
Got ya.
well, if that's
No,
the
that
case,
feels
Grandma,
like
just
an
watch over.
exaggeration.
Yeah,
I
right.
think that's an exaggeration, and that's why grandma would take me here, showing me the dizzying thoughts, showing me the medication, showing me that she
The
knows that
crazy.
she's been under stress and pain. Here's the thing, she showed me the heart going around you and mom, that you guys will communicate again, but you got to get yourself onto a healthy place, because you being in a not healthy place and mom being in a not healthy place, if we get together, that's just going to be toxicity everywhere. So
Yeah,
the best thing you can do is to heal yourself and then be on a healed plane so that you and mom can come together on a healed space.
I'm done. I don't know about that, but yeah, maybe one day, maybe.
One day. In
One
the
day, hopefully.
meantime, this is what we call loving from a distance, sweetie, which means that sometimes we love the tigers at the zoo too, but you don't go and get in the cage with them, do you? Because those suckers bite. So you can love some people in your life as well, but you have to understand that they can be very toxic, not because they mean to be, just because that hurt people, or it's their nature. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes
Yeah,
that doesn't mean we don't love them anymore. They're still our mom. We just love from a distance. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. And well, it's just because like when my mom was going through this thing, she was staying here for a little bit, and it was the most bizarre thing ever. Like, I was watching, because she was sleeping in my son's room, and I seen my grandmother, like, no word of a lie. Like, I seen her, she was kneeling down, she had her hands praying, and she was like looking over my mom, and my mom was going through like a really hard time. And I literally took a picture of it with my phone. Within 2 seconds, my phone died and then wouldn't turn on the next day. Like for like a good couple days, my phone didn't even turn on, and then it just randomly turned on one day, and it was so weird. But I could vividly see her. I seen her that day. I was like floored because like
Yeah,
it was her.
sometimes when they play with our technologies, it drains all the juice from it because
It was
that's
a live video baby monitor, is what it was. I seen it on the live video baby monitor. It was crazy.
welcome to my world, honey. Welcome to my world. You should see some of the stuff that floats around me all the time. Just know that that is real. They will use whatever they can to get your attention so that you know that they're with you. And then what you need to do is tell them what you need. It's not enough to just say, send me a sign. They'll send you 50 signs, but you don't recognize them. You got to say exactly what sign you need. You got to tell them what you want in your world and then watch for it and they will show up.
So just asking her for guidance isn't a very good thing. Like, doesn't not the same.
Well, it's not that it's not the same. It's just that it's like this. Think about your loved ones as your GPS, okay? They work the same as your GPS on your phone.
Yeah.
So now if I'm hungry and I want to get directions to a restaurant. Now, if I don't know what I want to eat and I put into the maps on my phone, I'm hungry, what restaurant should I go to? Is my maps going to choose a restaurant for me?
No.
No, it's just going to give me a whole bunch of suggestions and then you still have to choose. So if you're asking them for guidance, then what's going to happen is you're going to see options everywhere, but you still have to choose which one. See, the thing is, once you say to them, this is what I want to go to Italy, then all of a sudden, boom, now you get a trip to Italy. Now you'll get plane tickets. Now you'll get somebody offering you a free trip. Now you'll get, do you see what I'm saying? You have to be
Yeah.
specific. You have to tell her what you want. If you put onto your GPS and you say, how do I get to McDonald's? It'll draw you a map and give you voice instructions along the way. But if you say, I'm hungry, what should I eat? It's not clear. It's never going to choose for you. You choose, they send. That's the deal.
Okay.
So your grandma says, as long as you know that, you remember that she snuck you that apple, that you guys are a team, that you tell her what you need and she will send it. And if you're not clear enough, then you're going to get a whole bunch of suggestions around you, which just means pick one. As soon as you pick one, she will send it. But don't give up on yourself and don't give up for you or your son.
I won't. Hmm.
Okay.
I know, like, I know one day it'll be better. I just don't know when. Hopefully
Better
soon.
now. When you say one day it'll be better, she's like, no, you got to find the better now. You got to see the good in your focus now, because what you see here and now is what is going to create tomorrow. You get more of what your focus is. So find something positive to focus on, and that focus will grow.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, honey, I'm going to let her pull her energy back here.
Okay, thank you.
Very welcome. Oh, my nose. Elizabeth, I have to come to you because whoever is over here is going, we need your help. 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 This is all I can hear. And my head is hurting. And I don't know if that's coming from your loved one or from you. Are you going through a confusing situation right now? Elizabeth, your phone is on mute still.
Sorry. Yes, here.
Why is my head hurting so bad?
It's a lot of stuff going on right now. You're reading it right.
Okay. Who do you want me to connect to, or what is your focus, honey?
I mean, I have a lot of people over there, and I know you don't normally do this, but can you just, whoever the first person is, like, I have a lot of people, just whoever, because I need guidance, and I don't want to. I'm at this point in my life. It's like I put my focus to somebody, but I don't know if that's the right focus I should be focused on right now.
Got you.
And
So you're just looking for more general guidance. Okay, perfect. See what happens when you do this and you say, I need help. I don't know who I need help from, and I don't know what help I need, but I know you guys know what help I need. Then what will happen is who will step forward is who can help you with whatever is going on.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm.
Let's do it. Here we go. Both feet flat on the floor.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, pull that breath from your big toe all the way up through your body, and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. So I have two generations coming forward. There's two people stepping forward. There is a younger soul and an older lady stepping forward. So there's definitely a grandmother figure on the other side. Your mom's still here in the physical world, correct?
Yes.
This is a very strong mother figure that comes forward around you. Very protective, but feels like she's been there sometime. I also have a younger soul that feels like they passed before we think of as their time. Doesn't necessarily have to be 10 or 20 when they passed. It can even be somebody 50 or 60 that just passed before we think of as their time. Definitely feels like suddenly, unexpectedly, could even be like heart stroke, something like that. I just know I go here, I'm on the other side. And taking that deep breath. Do you have a father figure or an uncle on the other side?
I have not a father. I have okay. I have a lot of people. I don't even want I have a lot of people, and I know you don't do this, and we don't want to play guess who and all that stuff, and I don't want to do that to you.
Somebody who passed before we think of as their time would have been between 40 and 60. Feels like it was heart attack or sudden unexpected. Maybe not heart attack, but feels similar. I got this rush up into my chest. I feel like I can't breathe. I'm on the other side. Could have been overdose as well, because sometimes I get that from overdose, but it doesn't feel like an addiction overdose. So that could be a complication with medication or something like that as well. All I know is it's a gentleman for sure, because he's like whistling at you, and telling me how good looking he is. Now I say it feels like a father figure because he's referencing children underneath. Sometimes you'll get a friend that'll step forward that is a father, so they'll step forward as the father figure, but it's a friend to you. But anyway, you said leave it open, so he's stepping forward.
I know.
Are you married, hun?
I'm widowed, so no.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Elizabeth, I have a young male that's stepping forward that died before we think of as his time. Could that
Yeah.
be your husband?
I mean, it very well could. Yeah, but he did. I mean, well, oh my God, my tongue's so tied right now.
Here, let me go through this again. What confuses you sometimes is they take me through their passing from their perspective, not from yours, and it can confuse you, can it?
Yes.
It's making
My
my
nose itches like that sometimes.
That's
And
him.
when you and then I get this, does it feel like this crazy tickle, like almost like a feather, and you're like, oh my God, it's so weird.
Yes, you see me
But
up here
you
going
get
like
it.
this.
Yes,
Yes.
I do that sometimes. Is that how it feels sometimes? Because sometimes I
Yes.
watch you do that, and then I get this, and it's always like on the tip of my nose. I'm like, oh my God. It's not a sneeze, it's not an itch, it's just
Yeah.
this
Because there's something
tingly
about the way when
nose.
he left this world that he didn't look himself.
Oh, and when I usually feel that way, I'm talking about my husband, or well, my ex-husband, whatever you want to call it.
How did he pass, honey?
Suicide.
Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why he takes me through his passing from his perspective, not from yours.
Yeah.
Now, again, he's showing me that he couldn't really breathe. There's something about I can't breathe.
He hung himself. That's why he couldn't breathe.
Okay, so your grandma's kind of funny. She's like, you see where I'm here, right? I got to keep this in order. Otherwise, she would not know who the heck. And she's like laughing at you, like, how do you miss this one? I got the young male stepping forward. Gee, I don't know who that could be. She's like, hello.
No.
And here's the thing, he's putting on the
Like,
cheerleading costume, your husband, which is my symbol that he's your biggest cheerleader on the other side. And I think I must have talked to him before. I know I've seen your name around a lot of times. I know a lot of you have been with me for years. I just can't remember all of your readings and all of your loved ones on the other side, but he's making me feel like it's not the first time that he's come through.
yeah, it's not. We've had one reading together, and I have been following for years.
So here's the thing, those signs and symbols, that's him talking to you. When you say, I just want to leave it open and see who's going to come in, he's like, I'm always going to be the first one in.
I know. And I didn't want to, I was like, I want to do him, but I was like, at the same time, I was like, I really need guidance, and it's kind of like that feeling like you want to reach out to him, but I'm just kind of in this lost place, and I didn't know who to ask, and
Well,
maybe he got tired or
here's
something.
the thing. Not only was he in a lost place before he passed, so you're like, do I ask you? Is that like asking the blind to leave the blind?
Right.
No, honey, he's not in that lost place anymore. See, us here in the physical world is like living in a giant third dimensional corn maze. You can only see what's right in front of you. But your husband's up here now. He can see the whole darn maze. He's got the perspective of time, the past, the present, the future. And he owes you, he says. He owes you his life. He owes you so much because he didn't mean to leave you that way. There was some distance or space between when he passed as well. And when, like, did you guys break up or not talk for a little bit before he passed?
Kinda. I mean, it wasn't long, but yeah, it wasn't long, but yeah, we did.
And he goes, and I don't care if you're remarried. Are you remarried?
No, because
Okay.
we said we were only gonna get married once, so, and I haven't remarried since.
Like, I don't care if you get remarried. I don't care if you get remarried. If you do, I'm still your number one. I'm still going to love you on this side. I'm still going to be right here with you, helping you along the way. Now, when you say you need advice or guidance, he's saying that this is why they left you until now. Because, see, again, it's not an accident in the order that spirit comes through. And they group together the people that can get the most out of the messages that are being delivered. So he said that you've got to be specific about what you want. I feel like what he's talking about, and your grandma's here too, but she really is wanting you to know that he's not in a lost place anymore. And he's got a lot more wisdom and love than you think he does. And he's very much trying to help you along your way here. Did you hear the dog bark in the background? That's spirit emphasis, just so you know. But he's talking about asking for what you want and then him guiding you there. And I'm seeing a split road and it feels like work and a move at the same time. Are you moving? He's giving you boxes, which feels like it's symbolic though, more than it's literal. So usually when they give me boxes, that symbolizes a move of house or changing things around, cleaning things out. But this feels like times two in more than one area. So like moving forward work-wise.
No, I want to move. I want to leave state. I've been wanting to do it. This is where I'm stuck. I don't know if I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to go. I'm trying to make the right decision, and there's just a lot of complications going on right now. And I could work it out, but I'm like, am I doing the right thing? And this is where I need the guidance. I'm like, am I doing the right thing?
So we're talking about the right thing here. He knows what he's talking about moving, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when they're telling you that you have to be specific and you have to know where you want to go for them to help guide you there, which is the same thing they said to the girl before, it's not an accident. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These types of questions that you're trying to answer, I think you have to figure out what is going to bring you most happiness. They're saying, don't worry about what everyone else wants for you. What do you want? See, forget about how to get from where you are to where you want to go. Think about what the destination looks like, smells like, tastes like, sounds like, feels like. The destination you want to go. Are you following me?
Yes.
And if you can think about the destination and then you can say, okay, guys, this is where I'm going. You guys lead the way. I don't know where it is. I don't know if this destination is in Mexico or if it's in Africa, or those are just examples. All I know is this is the destination I want to go to. But I know you guys on that side can see the whole map. So take me on the way that I need to go to get to this destination. And they will.
Yeah.
It's like in your GPS. With your GPS, you don't say, okay, I want you to take me to this mall, but I'm going to choose the route to get there. Your GPS chooses the route and you just follow it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. He's like, don't worry, I'm going to be more specific than that. And then I hear shitter get off the pot, excuse my language, but it feels like you've been waiting on this one for a while. There's something about trying to get you to move, like go, 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 go. Feels like hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Why do I feel like I'm moving towards, like, he's showing me like raspberries and fruit bushes, and are you moving somewhere warmer?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
That's where you would want to move?
I'm moving by the beach, the ocean, but I'm in the US, so Oklahoma and Texas, they kind of get the same weather, but it is warmer and nicer and a lot different, I guess, and warmer.
It's like a timing thing. Okay, hold on. I want him to be specific here. See, my head hurts. Oh, that's where the pain is coming from. Got you. It's giving you a migraine. Why do I feel like I'm beating the clock? Beat the clock. Beat the clock. I can hear it going tick, 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 tick. Why do I feel like I'm racing the clock here, Elizabeth? Is there a time thing on this?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. It is in my head. It's time. Yes, that's the only. I don't want to go into much detail, but yeah.
As long as you know what he's talking about, you don't have to go into too much detail. I know that I can feel the time sensitiveness of this. I know that he's getting all excited and that you might not be able to see it yet, but it feels like you're breaking through. You just got to keep going. Here's how it feels from what he's telling me is that you were on the road to get there. But all of a sudden, you're getting all of these little complications coming up. So now it's almost like you're changing directions or something. But it's like, don't change directions, just barrel through. Barrel through.
That makes 100% sense. Like it,
It's
100%.
perfect. Because did you, and it not only that, but it goes with the analogy that God showed me on that little TikTok video before we started with the giraffe. Were you here when I explained that?
No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, so this is the second time it's come up. God wants me to share it again. So here we go. Sometimes he gives me wisdom through different little scenarios and stuff. Today he showed me this video and it wasn't my wisdom. It was some other random lady on TikTok that found the wisdom in this, and man, is it a gooder. So this is it. And this is your situation. And this is for probably everybody that's here right now, as much as it was for me. In this video is a TikTok video of a giraffe. And this giraffe was running as fast as it could, and it was being chased by a whole bunch of lions. Now, the lions are stronger and fiercer than the giraffe, and of course they can take a giraffe down and kill the giraffe, right? But see, the giraffe is running full force. The giraffe can outrun endurance-wise those lions. However, there's a lot more of them. So here's the scenario it showed. It showed this giraffe running and running and running, and then it had all of these lions chasing it. But the lions are smart. So they had all these lions at the back chasing it, but then they had lions at the front, 2 lionesses on either side, waiting to jump at this giraffe as it come running towards them. So as this giraffe is going full force towards these lions jump up to get to their neck, and the giraffe's foot, hoof, hoof, those lions went freaking flying because that giraffe was going so fast forward. The momentum of that giraffe going so fast forward, just boof, those lions are out of the way. And this is the wisdom that your husband is wanting you to know, is this is you. You're that giraffe, honey. And that whenever we are moving forward towards something that is worth it, that is meaningful, that is, success, sometimes we will get attacked to try to stop us right before we get there. But you're the giraffe. Just keep going. You will barrel through those obstacles onto the other side like that. It means don't look back. That giraffe didn't stop and look back at the lions and be like, oh my God, are they catching me yet? It didn't stop. It just kept going. Barrel through. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And if you do that and you tell them exactly what you need along the way. So if I'm the giraffe and I'm running, you say, thank you for giving me a clear path. Thank you for making me strong and flying those lions. Thank you for giving me my pack to help me beat these guys off. Whatever it is that you need, thank him for bringing it before it even gets here, and watch how easy it is and how much faster you get moving forward. Your husband just said the only reason why you feel a little bit stuck right now is because you kind of stopped. If you were the giraffe using this same scenario, you kind of stopped and went, oh my God, but they're all attacking me. Do I keep going? What do I do? Do I keep going? Do I stop it? Look, they're ahead and they're behind it. Ah, don't do that. Don't do that. Focus on where you're going, and he's going to help get you there sooner than what you expect. You're not stuck. You're just being guided, fine-tuned forward. And again, I say guided and fine-tuned because sometimes remember how he said earlier, shit or get off the pot, which is like you've been waiting to make this decision, and so what what life is doing right now is bottlenecking you, which means that it leaves you only one choice forward so that you can't not make that choice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I have no clue what we're talking about, but as long as you do, and then
No,
we're
no,
going
exactly.
to.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it almost feels like we've been talking, you know what I mean? Like that's how much I know. Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you, with my husband, there's been a lot of grief over the suicide, of course, and of course, family dynamics and things. He wrote a letter that said he hated me before he did it. Um,
No wonder he
do you
said
think
he's got a lot of making up to do. Sorry, keep going, honey.
do you think he meant all that stuff? Am I?
No, as you said that, he's showing me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? He's like, I'm trying to suck him back. I'm trying to suck it back. I'm trying to suck it back. When you said that, he said, listen, first of all, I was intoxicated. He was not in his right mind when that happened. He was a hurt man that was lashing out. And secondly, he said, that was my toxic trait. He said, please forgive me for this. My toxic trait was that every time I was hurt, I lashed out on everyone around me. He said, that was my toxic trait, not yours. And I'm sorry that I put that on you. I am so sorry. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Please know he did not mean that. And this is why your grandma, as much as you said you were afraid to ask for him to step forward, this is why it was so important that it was him that stepped forward.
Well, I wanted to ask for him, but then it's like it's kind of one of those feelings. It's like, am I? He said what he said, and that's the last I heard from him. And maybe he didn't want to talk to me. You know what I mean? Maybe, you know what I mean?
Sweetheart, he's taken that back. He's like burning that letter. He's like apologizing over and over and over and over again. He's showing me again, hurt people, and he was a broken person. He's like, forget hurt, Tracy. I was effing broken. And he literally said the whole F word, not just effing. He said, I was broken in more ways than one. And you were the girl that tried to put him back together over and over and over again. And he constantly took it out on you. And he's just so sorry for that. And so now on the other side, he's never going to leave you. He's going to do everything he can on the other side to make it right. Not that he can ever make it right, but to help guide you along your way until you feel good again, until you have love in your world again. He's never going to move back. He's never going to leave you. He's never going to abandon you. He's going to stay right there every single time so that he can help guide you along the way. But you got to be specific. You got to tell him what you need, and then he will send it right away. Again, he's apologizing again and again and again. He smoked, didn't he?
Yes.
Because he said that you smell him, and I can smell him right now. I can smell cigarette smoke all around me.
Yeah.
You saw me shuffling my cards earlier, right? Because in my head I was asking, so if she's doing this move and she asks him to help her move, and when she's telling him exactly what she wants, where does this lead? Where is this leading? And do you want to know the card that came up?
Which one?
The happiest card in the deck, the Sun card. It's leading to you finding your happiness again. Hold on.
That's the whole goal right now. That's the whole goal. I've been through a lot, and this move is is going to be big and huge and scary, but it's a place I want to be. And
It's going to bring balance back into your world as well, sweetheart.
I just feel like it's going to bring happiness back in. And I don't know, like this is just something I really think I need to do right now. And sometimes I feel like it's like, did you just wake up with this idea? Which I didn't, but it kind of feels like that because I just throwing it on everybody, like, oh, I'm leaving, It's like,
No, that's called a knowing. That's called you know what you don't know why you know it, but you know it. You know that you need to be there. You just know.
yeah,
Welcome to my world. I go through that every single day. Why do I know this? I don't know. Just shut up and do it. This is what's happening, and then people will fight me, and then later on it happens like that. And it's like, well, what do you want from me? I just knew. You're a little bit psychic here. But that's a good thing. That means that you hear them talking to you, which sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. So when you say it feels like it just popped into my head, that's them giving you, responding to whatever you're asking. When you ask your loved ones, I need to feel better, what's going to make me feel better? And then an idea comes in that makes you feel better. That's them answering your prayer. Do you see what I mean? He keeps
did
showing
you
me
ever
a
have
bubble bath.
what
Sorry.
is it?
He keeps showing me a
Oh,
bubble bath.
I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
I found this on the web for what is Show Me a Bubble Bath. Check it out.
That was Siri. No, I'm not talking to you. Shut up. I'm sorry, you guys. That scared me. Whew. So he definitely meant it. He wants you to have a bubble bath. He's telling you relax.
I'll try. I'm not good at that. I'll try.
You're not good at relaxation?
No, I have really bad anxiety and, kind of borderline panic disorder. You know what I mean? I get worked up in things in my head and I worry I'm an overthinker.
Wrong. You're not an overthinker. You're a sloppy thinker. I say this with the most love in my heart because I was a sloppy thinker too, and it led me straight to chaos and hell and anxiety. What I mean by this is that you're not an overthinker. You're allowing yourself to think about things that hurt you. There's a difference. Now, you probably think that it's hard to control your thoughts, right?
Yeah, or well, my emotions at this point.
Well, you can't control your emotions. The thing you have to understand about emotions is they're nothing more than a chemical reaction to your thought. So what I mean by that is that you don't go running around with your friends having the greatest time of your whole life, and then all of a sudden you start spitting tears out your eyes. So you're like, whoa, 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 guys, time out. I have to sit down and think sad thoughts for a minute because I'm crying. So I had to think some sad thoughts now. It doesn't work that way, does it?
No.
You think the sad thoughts, that energy goes energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion. You think the thought, that energy goes to your heart feels, your heart is like a compass. So when you say you're trying to turn your heart off, turning your compass off, does that stop your car from moving?
No.
It just stops you from understanding which direction you're going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Your heart is your compass. Your heart lets you know which direction you're going, which direction the energy in motion is moving. So now when I say you're a sloppy thinker, what I mean is this. That thought comes in your head. You're like, oh my God, this is going to hurt me. It goes to your heart. Your heart goes, that hurts. And your head goes, okay, let's chew on that for a while. Chew, 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 chew. And then it feels bad and it feels worse. And then you just create that reality. See what I'm saying? The way you fix this is you have to purposefully think about good thoughts. Now, it's like this. Slow this down. So I want to prove this to you how easy it is to control your thought, okay? I'm going to blow your mind for a second. All your life you've thought it's really hard to control your thoughts, right? Watch this. Close your eyes. Are they closed?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to visually describe the outside of your house with your eyes closed as if you were standing right in front of your house looking at it in like 15 seconds or less. Go.
It looks like a mess. And it has beautiful trees, and I love the water that I have in front of it, and I love the sunsets. That's all I can say about it.
Perfect. How hard was that?
It wasn't.
Because you just controlled your thought. See, this is just what it's about. If you try not to think of something, when you're trying to control your anxiety and you're trying not to think of something, it's impossible because what you're trying not to think of, you're thinking of. So the trick is not to think about what you don't want to think about. It's to think about what you do want to think about. So what I mean is to sit yourself down, just like I said, sit down and think about this. You're going to sit yourself down and you're going to say, all right, Elizabeth, I own this body. I control this body. Right now, I'm feeling like dog shit. So we're going to sit and we're going to visualize winning the lottery for 5 minutes, okay? Because that just makes me feel better for a little bit. I'm going to visualize winning the lottery. I'm going to see myself spending, whatever it is. That's just an example. Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to put into your mind what thoughts feel good. So if you're feeling hyper anxiety about, I don't know how all this is going to happen. I don't know how this, but you're going to go, nope, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to visualize myself having everything that I want. I'm going to practice visualizing everything going my way. I'm just going to daydream scenarios like little movies in my head and practice that. I'm going to sit down and I know that I have a tendency to see things from the negative. So I'm going to put it in my schedule every single day to spend 10 minutes visualizing something positive. I'm going to purposefully train myself to see things in a positive perspective. As you see things in a positive perspective, that energy goes to your heart and it starts moving in that positive way. Energy in motion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You don't have anxiety issues, honey. You just have sloppy thinking. The good news about that is that it's very quick to change. I'm in the exact same boat. For many, many years, I beat up on myself here and I never got forward ever, ever, ever. It was just one pain after another, after another, after another. But I'm telling you, the second that you take control of your internal dialogue, and it doesn't mean that you are never going to have negative thoughts. It means that you have to pay attention to those negative thoughts. And every time you have a negative thought, then you change it to a positive. So if you say, oh my God, this is never going to work, you're never going to get there, and you hear yourself saying that, you go, no, Elizabeth, this is going to work. I'm going to get there eventually. I'm not going to stay here for the rest of my life. I'm going to get there eventually. I'm getting there. You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
Place it with 3 positive thoughts and watch how quickly this changes. And then just so you know, he said, damn, is she beautiful. I wish I would have known. I wish I would have expressed to her even more how much I loved her and how beautiful she was. Oh, honey, slow that down. He just gave you a bunch of money as well. He said, when you get there, the money is there. The money is there, the money is there, the money is there. And it feels like a lot of relief. So I don't know if you're going to have to leave one job to go to another or what that means, but he's putting the money there and wanting you to know that the money is there. Do you understand that, hon?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been worried about, I have a job here, and if I go there, I don't have a set job. I'm not moving there for money. I mean, I gotta find a job there,
So that's
and I've been
he's giving
worried
you
about
something specific to show you what we're talking about here. So when you say that and you're not sure of where the money's there, this is what I'm going to give you a little visual to try, okay? So tonight as you're going to bed, tomorrow the first thing you do when you wake up, I want you to visualize yourself working the best job you've ever had over there. I want you to visualize them phoning you up and giving you an offer that is like, $80,000 more than you're making now. It doesn't matter if you think it's possible, just visualize it. Just visualize the best case scenario and then watch what happens. Every time you catch yourself thinking about the job and tense around the job, sit yourself down, close your eyes, and practice your visualization. It will change the way you feel the energy in motion. And the energy in motion, everything starts out vibrationally before it is created physically. So you have to be able to see it here in order to experience it here. This water bottle didn't just poof, pop into our reality. It started out as somebody's idea. And then it went from the idea to a drawing. And then it went from the 2-dimensional drawing into the 3rd-dimensional reality. If you go into a restaurant, you don't just sit down, poof, there's your food. You have to think about what you want. Then you have to order it. And then the kitchen gathers the components and cooks it. Every single thing in this world is developed through a process process of gestation. So your job is to vibrationally create what you want and where you want to go, and give it to your loved ones and your guides on that side, and let them guide you along the way, because that will come to materialization. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Long story short, you're not stuck. You're just being trained. He's so proud of you. It's funny. What is with the fruit today? He gave you strawberries and chocolate, and because it's Valentine's coming up.
Yeah.
And you understood that, didn't you?
That's our anniversary.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Day before, but well, we wanted to get married on Valentine's Day, but the venue, they were all booked up, so we had to do the day before instead.
So just his way of letting you know that this really is him. He means every word that he says. He loves you very much, and he has not forgotten. He's sorry for what he says. And if you can get that out of your mind and just remember that the love that you have for him. And he's like, and if you don't believe me, ask me for a sign. I will send it. He said, I've been doing that. You know, I've been doing that. You ask him for a sign, he sends it. But then your mind second guesses it because of the letter.
Yes. I had this dream the other day, and he was in it, and I remember being so in love, and I was like, oh, I remember you and I love you, well, I mean, I didn't say I remember you, but I felt so in love, and he was there again, and he said something, and I woke up and remembered this. He was like, I'm going to give you coins. And I remember in my dream, I found these quarters, and I flipped one of the quarters over. I was like, this is just a quarter. And on the back of the quarter, it said, I love you. And he goes, so if you find quarter, like, and then I woke up and I was like, yeah, but I'll never find that quarter. Like, I know I shouldn't be negative, but
See, no, that's just it. This is where you have to practice visualizing positivity, right? When you say you have anxiety issues, you don't. You have sloppy thinking. When somebody gives you a
yeah.
gift, you're like, it's not good enough.
Well,
That's just a habit. It's
not
not
good
that,
enough.
it's not a gratitude thing. It's just a habit of thinking that it can't be real and it can't be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but you have to change that, because you have to be able to, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. So if you can acknowledge that having those beliefs is hurting you and keeping you away from those messages, then you can get rid of those beliefs. Because how many quarters have you seen since then?
I found quite a bit change since then. And matter of fact, I walked to my kitchen thinking, apparently I spilled my purse and a bunch of quarters fell out. But I didn't notice at the time. I kind of walked past it and didn't even realize it fell down. And then walked right past it, and they were all in a straight line and all quarters. And then I thought in my head, as soon as I saw it, and I was like, well, I found the quarter, but none of them will say I love you. Like,
Every single one
I
of them say, I love you. Here's the thing you have to understand. Your husband does not speak speech anymore. He doesn't speak English. He doesn't write English either. He is pure energy. He can only speak energy. This is what he's trying to tell you in the dream. I can't literally write on this corner, I love you, or on this quarter, I love you. I can't literally write that. I don't have a freaking physical body anymore. But every
I know.
single quarter you find means this. So when he gives you a quarter and you're like, yeah, no, it doesn't say that. He's like, for frick's sakes.
I know, right? He's like, I'm done with you.
Oh, no, he's never going to be done with you. He's like, no, I'm not. I even shaved for you. So, I shaved up here. I'm waiting for you, girl. He loves you so much. Please know that that's a dual symbol. As he's starting to pull his energy back, he said that meant two things, just so you know. One, it meant he wants you to start understanding that these signs and symbols he sends you are not fluke, random, or chance. They are very direct communications from him to you. And it's also a sign that he knows you're worried about the money, so he's using coins because it represents money as well. The fact that it's all in a straight line, everything's going to line up for you. Do you see what I'm saying? They speak symbolically. It's not an accident.
I know this is gonna sound crazy. I can't talk to other people about it. So sometimes I'll be sitting there at work, and I'm by myself, like secluded at a desk or whatever. And I'm like thinking like, oh, I gotta clean or tap on the computer, whatever. And then this thing will go in my head, and it's like, I don't even know why I have these thoughts, like I'm alone. And it's like, and I almost go, it's because he's not here, not blaming him. It's like, I don't know. That was all really messed up the way I said it. But
I'm trying
every
to
time
follow you
I,
here.
every time I say, basically, I'm alone, I hear these really loud taps. I mean, loud. And it's like, what was that? Like it would startle anybody in the room.
It's spirit's way of saying bullshit.
Like, but it's only when I say, like, I feel alone. I'm alone. Like, it happens, And it's
So
just,
if you think that's magical, try telling yourself, I'm so not alone. Spirit is all around me. And then watch what happens.
yeah.
See, what's been going on is that your husband just doesn't, he left you with those angry words. So every time he tries to communicate with you, that's all you hear again in your head. And so he's going overtime on the other side to try to send you every symbol that he possibly can so that you know that he's here with you. So when you say I'm alone, he's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Alone?
That's
I'll
basically how
haunt
it
you.
that's basically how it sounds. I'll just be going off with something and then it's like, nope, and that's how he does it.
Here's
Or
the
that's
thing
how
though. He doesn't want you to get stuck on that. Sometimes we'll say that too often and then they'll start not answering anymore because they don't want you to keep
I
saying
don't
I'm
want to do
alone.
that. I
He
don't
doesn't
want to
want
do
you to say that you're alone anymore. He wants you to say, show me you're here, because he'll do it the same. You say, show me you're here, and they get even better.
it's a work process, definitely, with the grieving and the whole deal. It's a lot sometimes, but
Just know that he loves you very much and that he's like, what is this? Whoever comes through bullshit. He's like, I'm coming through. This is me coming through. You can't trick me. What
I
is this?
wasn't.
I don't know who the young guy is. He's like, what the hell is this? He's like, nice try. I am here. I love you very much. I'm never going away. I'm going to haunt you until the day you get over here, and in the most loving way. And he's going to guide you from where you are to where you want to go. He's your biggest supporter on the other side. And this grandma over here, she helped bring him through too, so that you could know that as you move forward.
And I mean, I know you got to get off with me, but who's this grandma? I mean, I only knew my grandma had dementia, and she died when I was 17 years old. But I talked to you one other time, and you said grandma, and she's a strong lady, and she's taking care of you. She's watching. I
Distance
mean,
or
who's
space. It's the first thing she said, that she's been on that side for a long time. Do you understand that they don't care if they were extremely close with you here in the physical world? They don't care if you even know them. I explain it to people like this. If you had a baby and then you passed away tomorrow, knock on wood, that doesn't happen, but let's just say your baby grows up, has children. Are you going to watch over those grandbabies of yours? Are you going to
I
love
mean,
them and watch over them from the other side? Or are you just
yeah.
going to say, oh, I didn't know them in the physical, so screw you. I'm not going to be around you.
No, I mean, I wouldn't. But I hear that a lot. I mean, I hear that a lot about
He's
this
named
grandma.
after her.
No, but she says that we're a lot alike. Like we're almost like, but I don't know. She just really, every time somebody comes through and talks about her and me, they're like, we're like, she always wants to be this guardian agent. She always wants to be this godmother, whatever, protector over me. But that's where that comes from. It's like we're either a lot alike or our names the same. There's similarities that are going on with her and I don't understand it because I'm not even sure if it's the same
You know
grandmother
why
that
you don't understand it? Because you're in the physical and she's in the non-physical. And you got to understand that as you're talking about her, your soul has lived lifetimes with this person before. Lifetimes. So just because you don't remember her in this lifetime doesn't mean that you haven't danced together through millennia of lifetimes.
is that bad that I and sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be mean, but I don't want to hear the grandma thing again. Like I want to hear about my husband or something like that. And I knew, like, I was
No,
like,
but
why
this is why.
grandma?
I'll tell you
You
why. Let me tell you why she has to come through with your husband, especially in your case, because you have so much grief and pain around your husband's passing. What does grief and pain do? It distorts the energy field and makes it hard for me to get through. It distorted your energy field so dramatically that when I told you I had the young male soul here who passed before we think of as the time, you're like, don't know. That's distorted energy. That makes it so that no matter how I say it, you don't understand it. Distorted energy is like I can't get through. Did I lose her? That's distorted energy. Isn't that funny? I lost her. Wow. Distorted energy. Janelle, that's also your loved ones going, all right, bitch, get out of my way. It's my freaking turn. Just saying, I don't mean that in a bad way. Woo, and then as soon as you try to come on, it cuts you off as well. Isn't that funny? Okay, so I'm going to just give it a second. I feel like she's out there floundering for a second. I don't want to move on and then have her come back. And
You there?
your loved ones are strong too. Like literally, I'm hearing the song, move, bitch, get out of the way. And they don't mean it badly. They're just being funny.
That's great.
Too funny. Okay. Well, Elizabeth, when you're watching this recording later, I hope that helped. Anyway, I don't know what happened there, but all right, Janelle, who do you want me to focus on here?
My uncle.
Oh, I love his personality. He just went, finally. He's literally singing the song, finally, it's happened to me right in front of my face and I just cannot hide it. You know that song? Buddy, I don't sing on camera. That's so bad. He's having a gay old time on that side. Is this his personality? Like, let me tell you, this boy is proud and happy. Okay. You ready to do this, honey? I'm sorry. See, I'll just say this before we come into your reading here, because it's the tail end of Elizabeth's reading too, is that her grandma had to come through. The grandma she didn't even know very much had to come through as what we call a sweeper to move this distorted energy away, because she barely knew her, so I could connect to her right away. They do this differently. Your uncle has a lot of distorted energy around there too, a lot of pain and grief around his passing. So he's acting as like Mr. Comedian of the Year on the other side, trying to make you laugh. So that he's like, I don't need no freaking sweeper. I can do this all on my own. I'm just going to make you laugh so hard. You're going to pee your pants. We'll raise the energy and you'll hear me nice and clear. Got it?
Right.
Okay, this is going to be a fun one. Ready? Both feet flat on the floor, honey. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. He's so dancing on the other side. I'm telling you, it feels like a disco party over there. I don't know if this had to have been his personality. Like he's dancing and dancing and dancing. Slow this down. He needs you to know that he's okay over there. I can definitely feel the distorted energy around his passing. He shows me the sudden, unexpected, or traumatic passing. I taste blood, which is trauma. I have distorted thoughts or inability to say goodbye, I should say, because I got spinning, 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 spinning. I go right here. I feel like I can't breathe, but I also feel like, I don't know if this is like I'm feeling an impact to the chest or if this is somebody like chest compressions. I'm not sure. I feel an impact to the chest. Do you understand what I'm picking up here? How did your uncle pass, hon?
He had a heart attack.
See, this is what I'm feeling. Do you know if somebody tried to do chest congestion or do you see what I'm saying?
We don't know what truly happened. He was on the job, so we don't know too much. We just know that he was on the job and he had a heart attack. So
I think somebody did, because he's taking me through his last moments. You understand? Like I can feel the inability to communicate. I just get really dizzy and I can feel the and that ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom on my chest. And it's like quick, sudden on the other side.
right.
Was he a smoker as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I can smell it and feel the relief. And he's like, it really is heaven, honey. There's smokes over here. I got my smokes back. No problem. I'm good. I'm fine over here as long as I got my smokes.
Right.
Why do I feel like you're his girl? Like you're his sister or something? Like he's showing me this is my girl. This is my girl. And this is my symbol for very close.
Backstory. So my aunt and my uncle was 14 when I was born. So we're very close. You know, there's only 14 years between difference. So he was like a big part of my life, you know. And before he met his wife and had his own children, I was like his
Baby.
confidant. Like I was like always with him. It was always me. I was the only grandchild, the only nephew, you know what I mean? The only niece, like it was me. And he was,
He needs you to know it still is. He's literally showing me the Three Musketeers. Do you have two cousins? Did he have two children?
well, I have a cousin, yes. And her mom had a baby, but she was only 6 months pregnant, so she had to give birth and so on and so forth.
No, that's not what we're talking about. So when you were talking about you when you were little, before he had his children, when he had children, did he have two children?
He only has one. That's in the physical world.
Okay. Because I'm hearing we were the Three Musketeers. Oh, duh. Took me a second. Sorry. Sometimes I'm slow. You, him, and your auntie. So I'm like, what do you mean the Three Musketeers? What are you showing me? The Three Musketeers.
It was me, him, and his daughter and his wife. We're very close. Like very close.
Why is he literally showing me old school television shows? I just saw Zorro. Do you know who Zorro is?
I do.
That's shocking in itself. Just saying.
It's probably because Saturday and Sunday mornings were our time to watch. You know, Saturday morning with all the old time. I want to say like the Three Stooges.
Yeah. So he's taking, as soon as you start talking about this, he's like, see, she knows what I mean. And I feel like my heart is just beating in. He's showing me those are his favorite memories. Okay, hold on. This feels like it wasn't that long ago still, because I can still feel it in my stomach. He's like making me feel like I'm nauseous.
October. Yep.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Mm.
He's too young for a heart attack, he says. He feels like he's a little pissed off about this, just so you know. He did not see this coming. It's like, what the heck? No, if I saw this coming, I would have done everything I could to make sure that this didn't happen. But I feel like I think I know what I'm talking about here. Okay, I'm not saying that. Slow that down. Say that a different way. He put the white blanket around your shoulders, which is my symbol that he's watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. Very much watching over you right now. This health issue as well.
I had 13 strokes and a heart attack. Or not heart. I have heart problems and 13 strokes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. The strokes are affecting the mobility, aren't they? Because I can feel the mobility issue up my side. And that's why he was showing me this, which is pain throughout the body. So he really wants you to know that he's very much watching over you. Honey, I want you to start taking some cayenne pepper. I know it sounds crazy, but listen to me. Cayenne pepper opens up the heart arteries and does the best thing. It is the best thing ever for the heart. It can stop a heart attack in process. The way that you can either take the cayenne pepper pills, but make sure you take them with food or it will burn from the inside out. Trust me, learn the hard way. Or you just take a little bit, like an ounce of water, a quarter of a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, mix it up and shoot it back like a shot. I'm telling you, that will do better for your heart than any medication ever could. And if you feel like there's anything going on with your heart, you get that in you right now. And even as I say that, my phone just flashes that spirit emphasis.
Right, right. He was definitely something special. He had just like he lost his whole family within 3 years of each other. Like his mother, his father,
Well,
him.
no wonder he's dancing on the other side. That, and it feels like his personality a little bit. Like he needs you to know he's dancing. Like every song that is coming on, he's dancing to. It's like very much techno dance music on that side, though.
It's like, is it disco?
There we go. It ain't rock and roll. It ain't heavy metal. It ain't rap.
That's
Disco
like
would be the
good.
closest thing that we would get to that.
What songs do you hear?
I'm good. I'm hearing the song. I'm good. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Like I can't sing, but that's the song
Right,
I'm
right,
hearing.
right, right. This is it because I know one of my favorite songs were Funky Town. Just saying if he was one of the things. Just something.
He played Spirit in the Sky. He's got a sense of humor, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I always wonder if he's around, just curious.
It's funny. He goes, "Why do you think I'm playing Spirit in the Sky? That was me. That was me. That was me." So you saw something in the sky. That he sent you a sign in the sky. Either a bird, a star. It feels like a star or something. Did you see a shooting star in the sky?
No, I did not.
I'm seeing
But I see
something
a
move
lot of
through the sky. What?
I see a lot of cardinals, a lot lately. I'm in New Jersey, and so
Still seeing stars and moon. Like I'm literally looking up at the night sky and seeing stars in the sky. And he's pointing there. He's like, "Tell her that's me. Tell her that's me." If you have not seen a star in the sky yet, or a shooting star or something like that, then he's sending you a message. So when you go out and you're looking up at the sky, watch for that because he's sending you one. And then
right.
he took me to the beach and he said, "Tell her I went with her. Tell her I went with her." Which is weird. If he passed in October, oh, but you're in the States. You could have beaches around you. See, I'm in Canada. We're up to our frickin' eyeballs in snow.
Um, I live right next to Delaware River, so I'm like, a block away.
Okay, that's why he's telling me he's with you at the beach in the sand. I can see it. Do you understand the dog on that side? He said to tell you he's got the dog over there. He's showing me the dog. Important dog. Do you know if he lost the dog some time ago? It feels like some kind of shepherd or collie or something like that. Like
A
it
big dog? Would it be a big dog?
feels like a bigger dog. It's not a tiny dog. He said it's not a mouse. Oh, he wasn't a fan of little dogs?
And he don't like mouse. He didn't like mice either. He didn't like mice. So,
Is his
um,
mom still here in the physical world?
no.
So would this be your mom's brother then?
Yes.
Because he said, ask mom. Mom will know. Then he put the white blanket around her shoulders. Oh, your mom's still here in the physical world? But a lady steps forward around her. So he put the white blanket around your mom's shoulders, which is watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. And then a lady stepped forward. So her mom's on the other side, your grandma's on the other side. She stepped forward around your mom, and I saw distance or space between you and mom. So either that means she's in a different city, different place than you, or there's some kind of emotional distance or something like this. Do you understand the distance or space?
There's distance in cities between me and my mom. Yes. There's and my uncle hasn't talked to my mom in a long time.
So this is why he's bringing her up. This is why he would give you a sign that only mom would know. Spirit does this. How many times have you guys have been watching this before? Have you seen Spirit do this? They will give you a message for somebody else that you can't make sense of, so that when that person hears the message, they know that their loved one is safe and at peace on the other side. So if he wasn't speaking to your mom, or they weren't speaking before he passed, this is his way of getting a message to her and an apology at the same time, because he's giving her his heart and he's talking about love and forgiveness. And that he just showed me that scene from ghost at the very end where all the light is shining on him, and he says, the love, you take it with you. He wants her to know that all you take with you is the love and the forgiveness, and he has no pain or animosity whatsoever. None. He loves her and he loves you, and he's going to do everything he can to help you guys both get better so that you can, there's a reconnection here. He's showing me the heart going around the two of you. Have you been wanting to go there? Because he said March, 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 and I'm not telling if he, no, but I'm not understanding if he means march towards that direction or if he's taking me to March.
Let me see.
Feels like, it feels like on a calendar. He just showed me the calendar, March, April. Have you been talking about getting together with Mom?
No. Mm-mm.
There's a bit of an emotional distance there with you and Mom too, isn't there?
Yeah, my mom, it's my mom, you know. I mean, I love her. We're two different people, you know. We think two different, we're just two different people. You know, I love my mom. She's amazing. But as
Feel
far
like
as
I feel like she needs to come and see you. I feel like she needs to get the heck out of the house. She needs to take the trip. This is what your brother's talking about. He's like pushing her towards you. Not your brother, her brother.
well, I think
You know why?
I don't.
I know why.
I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know.
I know why. Sorry, it just took me a second. I was waiting for you to finish, but I know why he's saying that. And that's because it's funny because I just finished writing, or you, as you guys know, I've been writing my book, right? And one of the chapters that I wrote about was a lady called AKA Robin Banks. She came to me in my members groups a long time ago. It wasn't her real name, that's why I call her that. But the last year that she was with me on my members, her dad came through in a message just like this and was like, you need to make up with your kids. You guys need to get together. You need to spend that time together. You need to do this. I'll help you. Very much urged that. She had had a disconnect with her kids, with one of her kids. The other one, it just wasn't hugely important to get together. Do you know what I mean? Her dad
Right.
came through urging that message. That Christmas, he helped her get time off work when she thought she never would. And she ended up making it to see her kids and having a reconnection. And then she died the next year and they never got another Christmas. And so the fact
Right.
that her dad was pushing her and pushing her and pushing her meant that he could see something she couldn't. Now, I'm not saying, please don't think your uncle's over here going,
Right.
nice analogy, Tracy. Now she's going to think that she's dying. That's not what I'm saying. But what he's saying is that there's a reason why he's encouraging you guys to take the
He's
time
a family man. He's a
and
family man. He's a family man. He's when we lost my grandfather, he was the glue, you know. He tried to be. Let me rephrase that. He tried. And a lot of things this is why there was such a big problem with the family. And when my grandfather had passed, we just,
yeah.
the glue fell, it just wasn't there anymore. And then 3 years later, we lost my grandmom, and then 3 years later, we lost my uncle. So it's like, there's no healing, there's
Well,
like,
here's the thing. The healing starts, at least in my experience, when you stop using the words like was and lost, and you start saying words like transitioned from physical to non-physical and is here. And it's important I say that you change those little words, because if you think of them as gone, then that brings pain. If you understand
right,
they're still here and they just communicate differently, then it doesn't feel so bad. Do you see what I mean?
right.
And what I love about this message of yours is, though, even though it might be a little bit confusing at first for me, their personality comes through. I don't get to pick and choose what I want them to say. If he was the family man here in the physical world, then when you sit down in front of him, he's going to be like, all right, Janelle, you and your mom are getting together. Yes, you are. I'm getting this family back together. Oh, yes, you are. This is what we're doing. You ask me, I'll help you with this. You take that trip. Come on, let's do it. See what I'm saying?
Right.
What they cared about in the physical world, they still care about now. His personality is coming through, wanting you to know that it matters. It matters
It does.
still. And your grandparents, just so you know, they're there behind him, hand in hand. Um, Very much hand in hand. And I see the heart going around grandma and grandpa as well, which is interesting. They have, it feels like they were married the entire time, but it feels like they get along better on the other side, or there's something about being reconnected and healed on that side. Even though they were still together here in the physical world, they have a lot of healing to be reconnected on that side. Do you understand that?
Right. Yeah. They were both ill. My grandma was very ill, and obviously my grandfather was ill. He was 81, and I think she died at 81 too. They both died at 81, but just 3 years later, you know. But they loved each other. They had that old time love, you know, that love that you don't find anymore, you know. And my uncle had that way with his family, you know. He's very much like his father. Very much.
It's funny when
And
you talk about your grandparents, they play the song Bicycle Built for Two. Have you ever heard that song?
that's an old song, boy.
Very old. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer true. I'm half crazy over the likes of you. It won't be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you'd look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two. Isn't that freaky that I got all those in my freaking head? I promise you, when I get off this live, I won't remember any of those lyrics. That's them bringing it up in my head. Actually,
Yeah.
I think your grandparents must have liked old country, hey?
You know what? To be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. To be My grandfather was a Catholic. You know, he went to church. He did what he
I'm
did.
telling
I
you,
don't know.
I'm seeing oh, Anne, whatever her name is. Can't remember her name now. I'm seeing some of those old country stars in my head, and your grandfather's actually going through my library talking about how impressed he is about the old library that I have, all those old country singers.
Probably Patsy and all that. All
Yes.
that. Yeah. He was definitely a great man too. They both were. It's sad that they all went the way they did. I think they all went very
And they're
fast.
all together. So are they all buried or cremated together? I see two and one, two and one. So grandma and grandpa, are they buried together?
Yes, ma'am.
And then is your uncle cremated?
No, ma'am.
So, okay.
But they'll make a diamond. And when they're all buried, all the family will be in a diamond.
So, oh, I see. 'Cause they're showing me we're together, we're together, we're together, but they're showing me two and one, two and one. So two and one, like a diamond. Like, I don't know.
Well, my grandparents would be up top, and my uncle would probably like diagonal down at the bottom. So yeah, they would make, you know, and when his daughter and his wife, you know, all, when everybody's there, it'll be one complete diamond. So it's one big family plot, you know, very.
He just
Uh,
said he gave you some new shoes, honey, and I'm not sure what that means. Did you just buy new shoes? Do you need new shoes?
I just got shoes not that long ago. Yeah, yeah.
Not that long ago. That seems not specific enough. He's like, nah, I know what I'm talking about. So you're going back to those shoes. Did you get expensive shoes like in the last week or so ago? Like something he's taking credit for here. He's like,
Yes, yes. I have his slippers. I have his slippers.
that's
Oh,
hilarious.
oh.
It's hilarious because he's making me feel like you got big shoes to fill here, kid. You got big shoes to fill, and he's like taking credit for this. He's like, so maybe expensive is the wrong word. He's showing me big, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And when you said I
Yeah,
bought shoes long ago, he goes, that's not what I'm talking about. He's like, come on. Do you wear them sometimes?
I'm wearing them now.
You're you're wearing them right now,
Yes.
and they're too big for you, aren't you? Aren't they?
Yeah. Yes,
I
ma'am.
promise you, he's with you. and he's not gone. So he would like you to stop using the words was and start using the words is so that he can guide you towards what you ask for. But you got to start thinking about yourself healthy, visualizing yourself healthy, and asking him to bring you health, thanking him for bringing you health, and following those puzzle pieces towards health. Everything, there's a reason why Spirit kind of left you towards the end, because they needed you to hear all those messages before so that you can recreate where you're going. Do you know what I mean? You've had a lot of time being sick, and I don't think that your future is meant for you to be sick. I think that if you've been thinking about being sick and talking about being sick and feeling sick, then you're just going to walk into more sick. So now it's about changing your vibration and thinking about being healthy, talking about being healthy, feeling healthy, and walking into a future of health. But you got to ask for what you need.
I'm on
Be
the phone.
specific. Pardon?
Now I was talking to my son. My son came in and answered my phone. My other phone.
He put a
So,
hat on his head.
uh,
When you said that, my son came walking in. He showed me pulling a hat down over his head.
huh. I wonder.
Does your son have a hat? I think his hair's just really messy or something right now because your uncle's just like, put a hat on that kid, put a hat on that kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He always, yeah. My uncle is very clean cut now. He's very, when he was younger, he was a 70s kid. You know what I mean? So he's had the shag hair. I mean, he, you know. But my son is very much. He looks like
Yeah.
he looks he looks. He has his hair, is what I'm gonna say. He has his hair. He just has that bushy hair and curly hair. So it just reminds me of my uncle. He does. Tell me all the time. His curls, his curls, his curls.
So as you say that, your uncle's starting to pull his energy back, but he's showing you this the finger. When I see this, that's my symbol for having more nurturing and mothering ability in your pinky finger than some people do in your whole body. And he's making me feel like you need to know that you're a good mom, and that you should see it from his perspective. You're a good mom, you're a good mom, you're a good mom. He's overemphasizing that. So there must have been something going on recently. And I think it's just because of your health. You feel like you can't be there the way that they need you to be. And he's like, bullshit, you're a great mom. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he was awesome. I can't.
Is. He goes, I'll teach you to use the word is if it kills me. And he's like, it did. See, I'm funny. Ha ha. Those dimes, you've been finding them as well? The dimes and the pennies and the nickels and the quarters, because as I'm pulling my energy back, he's like, yeah, that one was for you too, babe. That one was for you too.
Yeah, I actually found a dime. It's funny because my aunt told me, she says when you find a dime on the ground, it's when a person in heaven is trying to reach you. And and we believe in something bigger and better than ourselves. You know what I mean? There's something out there, and there's something that is profound, and he made his way to definitely show us that he's there. He's very strong, and I know that. We have video of him being in the backyard and his silhouette. You can see his whole silhouette.
That's so cool.
And
He's showing me balloons, honey. He's showing me balloons. Did you guys release balloons for him?
no, only person that we would have released the balloons for was Julie, and she's with them.
So somebody's showing me the releasing of balloons very specifically. So whoever that is that you released balloons for, she's
Right.
cutting in to let you know that she's okay on that side too.
Thank you.
He just said, see, I'm good at cutting corners. I can bring in whoever I want.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's pulling his energy back and very excited about what's coming up because he said the best is yet to come. We're just getting to the good part now, Janelle. We're just getting to the good part. This is going to be an interesting spring. Just remember this statement. Sometimes things have to fall apart so better things can come together. It's like what's going on with my mom right now. Sometimes you ever see where if you break a bone or something and then it kind of heals together wrong. And then so what they do is they break it again so that they can heal it properly.
Right. Yeah.
There's some kind of energy like this going on in your world where, yes, there might be some stress, but healing that stress is going to permanently heal it better than it was before it was broken. So if stuff goes pop, bang, boom in your reality in the next few months, just know, thank you for this happening and show me how this is happening for me, please. I need you to show me how this is happening for me really quickly because it looks confusing here now. Show me how this is happening for me. And when you do, it will start turning around. You will see why it's happening for you.
Right. I'm waiting for Social Security, so this is gonna be been waiting 3 years. So I hope that comes through.
Have you spent the last 3 years waiting? Because here's the
Yeah.
thing. I want you to spend the next few months visualizing it coming. And instead of waiting for it, I want you to spend your time receiving it. You're just getting ready to receive it. Do you see the difference between waiting and receiving?
Right. Manifesting it.
Visualize receiving it. Visualize how good it feels. I want you to see yourself spending it. I want you to hear how that feels. Like if you spend it at a store, I want you to hear them saying, "Thank you, ma'am. Here's your items." I want you to, taste it, smell it, feel it, visualize it going the way that you want it to go, and then give it to them and watch them bring it to you that way. They can't create something for you that you haven't created first. They can only deliver it to you. So if you're running around here creating and visualizing waiting, then you're going to get more waiting.
Right.
March. I'm telling you, there's something you've been waiting for. March.
I hope so. I pray. I always pray to him. I always pray to my uncle, you know what I mean? So like, to God, my uncle, I just pray, and I always ask him to bless me and my little midget, my little dwarf kitten that I have. I always, cause he's sick, so I always worry. I'm so worried with him, so I
This
always
your
pray
cat?
for, my little guy.
Isn't that interesting? Because my cat woke up sick today.
He's a munchkin. He's a little munchkin. So he's real tiny. He's a dwarf. My son just corrected me. Dwarf.
I think the kitty's going to be okay. But I just think it's really interesting because if I read for somebody that's really sick, if I'm going to read for them later today, I'll feel it when I wake up. And so I think that's hilarious. My cat was sick this morning for no freaking reason. And she's been kind of walking around a little bit to more this evening, but I was really worried about it this morning. So now I'm wondering if she's just a little bit of a cat medium and picking up your like the cat energies. That's hilarious. Because that's a little weird. She's never been sick, this cat. I'm reading for somebody who has a bit of an ill cat, and my cat's a little bit ill. Shut up right now.
I have a question for you. Just one question. I have a problem with, not a problem. Let me replace that. All right. So my uncle that you just meant, I have an aunt that's estranged, like she's not with the family anymore. And I was just wondering, like, do you feel anything for that, or about her, or about it, or the situation? Is it going to get better? Is it going to get worse? Is she just going to?
She feels really sad. I'll tell you that. The energy feels really sad. Because your uncle said hurt people hurt people. So sometimes the best place if you're in that much pain is to be over here by yourself so that you don't release on somebody. Do you know what I mean? Think about if you have a migraine, you kind of go into your room in a dark room, and if your kids come in, blah, 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 you're like, you lose your freaking mind, right? And it's not because you would normally treat them that way. It's because hurt people hurt people. We don't mean to, we just react. Your aunt is definitely a hurt person, and your uncle just said she's good where she is for now. And I just feel sadness around her, a lot of sadness. So
The fact that he said that she's fine where she is, it tells me just to leave it alone. you know?
Temporarily. Temporarily. That doesn't mean
Right,
ever. It means right
right,
now. Because see, if
right,
you're healing right now and she's in a hurt situation now, you bring two hurt people around each other, it's just a toxic environment. So
right, right,
she's like, just wait for you to be healed, and then you guys can get together, because otherwise you're just going to be hurting each other.
right. I think she stole a lot of money from my grandparents.
Got ya.
And it was just like a real stressful thing, you know, with,
So no wonder he says she's sad. Because if she stole
well,
money from your grandparents, then the only way that I can have my family back is to admit that I did wrong. And I can't admit that I did wrong, because then everybody will be mad at me. And you see what I'm saying? She's sad.
right,
In a sad
right,
position.
right. I kind of figured there was a reason why he didn't really want to, I understand. Like, I understand why he in the end before he passed, he's going to take her to dinner, and she said, "Well, it isn't my birthday." You know, really, very mean. You know, and I think he was just trying to, like, glue the bit, let her know something. That's why I was just curious myself. I was just curious because we don't know anything. You know, like it's everything's just like a big. When he died on the job, we don't know anything. We only know what the ambulance told us and what his death certificate says. That's it. We don't know nothing about it. So we just want, you know, we're curious to what was going on, what we could find out. And that's all. We're just
Well,
curious.
what you can find out is that his last memories are somebody like trying to resuscitate him, and that he's working overtime on the other side to help you guys put the pieces back together and to heal. But that healing doesn't come in just like that. Baby step
Right,
healing. And we
right,
don't
right,
all heal at the same time. Sometimes I have to heal myself so that I can reach back and help you up too. You can't get sick enough to help a sick person heal. You can't get poor enough to help a poor person thrive. The only way
right,
you can help somebody is to elevate yourself to a position of health and stability, and then reach down and help them up too. So
right,
work on yourself right now. And once you're in
right,
a stable position, then your uncle will help facilitate a reunion in a way that can help them and not hurt you or them.
right, right. Well,
That makes
I
sense?
hope it does. And I hope that I really hope that maybe something will
Sorry, you
happen.
hope what?
I hope something does happen, you know, for the family, at least.
It
You know, for
will.
the family.
It's just that you're not there yet. Right now, we're working on you and your healing and getting you in a good spot, and eventually we will get there.
Right, right. We'll get there one day. Baby steps.
He pulls his energy back and he kissed your cheek
Thank
and
you.
he said, "You just keep remembering those signs are real. Those signs are real, and watch for the one in the sky."
I sure will. Thank you.
You're welcome, hon. Okay, Christina, your son's been holding this one in for a week. I just want to explain to everybody what happened. So on your route that you shared this story with me is that you've gotten a new job working, I think it's delivering Amazon, right?
Yes.
And they sent you the address to the house of the sitter that murdered your poor baby. Now, of course, that's going to send you for a frickin' tizzy. Of course it is. I asked Timmy in my meditation this morning, I was like, all right, buddy, what do you have to say about that? And I didn't know what he had to say about that until just now, until as I'm like saying this, it's like all in my head. I know exactly what he wants to say on that. Is that he knows that that was your deepest fear of what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? Every day you were getting up, going to that job, like, what if this happens? What if this happens? And so it happened. And so here's the thing. It happened for two reasons. One, because it was a fear. So what you think about, you create. And two, it happened to get it the fuck out of the way. Excuse my language, but it had to get it out of the way because it was eventually going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, see, here's the thing. It's called desensitizing you to that pain, right? If every time you drive by that house, it's going to cause you pain. But here's what happens. If you have to drive past it a million frickin' times, eventually it's not going to cause you pain anymore. You desensitize yourself to that pain. No matter, it takes time, but it will desensitize you to that. So I think there's a little bit of both of this going on, is that let's get it out of the way now. Let's desensitize you to this so that it doesn't hurt you anymore, because they don't want that to be a factor that can hurt you. Do you understand? This is about strengthening you, not hurting you. And I'm really proud of you because you handled that like a frickin' champ. Let me tell you, if that was me, I would have quit. I would have walked off the job. I would have went home crying. I would have, you know what I mean? But you didn't. You're stronger than like 99% of the population. You just kept on frickin' trucking. Literally, you did it. Maybe you had to cry when you come home and release it, but you frickin' did it.
No, I cried right before I even got to the damn house.
Of course.
I was the disaster.
You know that that's normal reaction though, right? If you weren't a disaster, I'd be more worried about you.
Yeah.
This is a sign that your healing is in progress. Healing in progress. Did you tell them not to send you to that address again?
I never even spoke about it.
I think you need to. I mean, it doesn't hurt to, right? See, this is why I'm saying this, honey, because if you don't say to them, listen, my baby died at that address, is it possible not to send me to this address again? I think whoever is in control of doing the dispatches, that's not a bad thing to take into consideration. I can't name a single human being that would be like, oh, suck it up, baby. Do you see what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
think that if you try to suffer alone in the dark, then you're going to feel alone and in the dark, and it's going to make it so much harder. But if you let them know where you are, the worst they can say is, nope, sorry, can't do that. Then you're no worse off than you are now, are you? But what
No.
if you say, okay, guys, that one address is really hard for me. Can we not do that again? And you tell them why, and they say, yeah, okay. Boom, guess what happens? You never have to go there again. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Besides, we got to get the tough week out of the way so that we can have the good week coming up next week. It's like get all the bullshit out in one. It's like boom, boom. It's like if everything could go wrong, it would have.
It has. It's like I'm trying to I'm trying to do better and stay motivated, and then I got stuck yesterday in Altamont, waited almost an hour. I'm like, God dang it, Timmy.
Giraffe.
One rough ride after the other.
You're a giraffe. You just keep going. I know how you feel. We're all in this boat right now. Life is constricting in this way. And I was just describing it the other day. It feels like I'm playing Jumanji. Have you ever played Jumanji? Or have you ever seen the movie Jumanji?
Yes.
So every time they roll the dice, it gets really chaotic all over the place, right? It's kind of what's going on right now. Every time we make a move, everything shifts all around us, especially with God's souls, what I call God's souls, which are the souls that have experienced enormous tragedy and trauma that are being trained to be healers in this world. You got to understand that as you are moving towards that destiny of being a healer, you're going to face resistance from these things that are not of God. You know what I mean? But that's
Yeah.
a sign that you're going the right direction. That's not a sign that it's all going to shit. It's a sign that you're in the right direction. He's just saying next week is going to be really good. So he wants you to take a deep breath and just know that the best is yet to come.
But you want to know the crazy part about it, which was like frustrating, was before I got sent to that shitty address, the day before, the last time I worked, the day prior, or well, whatever. I had a great day. They were so proud of me. I was 30 ahead. And then I had that shitty day. And even after I cried it out and I kept going, and I was like, all right, Timmy, I got this. I made it through there. Positive mindset. And then it was just crap. It was just a crappy day. And then the next ride was a crappy day.
It's just got to peter out, sweetie. Think about a fire, okay? So if you get a fire, boom! Now you can throw water on that, but it doesn't automatically go out, right? It kind of has to simmer out and simmer and simmer and go away. Even if you dump water after water after water after water after water on that, you still have a fire that's burning in the bottom, don't you? Energy in motion. What happened was that energy that came up that triggered you when you felt that house was so big that it had to peter itself out a bit. But that doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. That means that the next time you come into contact with a situation like that, it's not going to hit you the same way. It's not going to have the same energy impact. You've healed some of that now. It can't hurt the same the next time. Every single time you are exposed, it's called exposure therapy, and spirit is leading you to it right now. They're taking you through this, and then my phone lights up when I say that. So definitely spirit emphasis. So he's kind of giving you some exposure therapy now, not to hurt you, but to better you, because you're 30 ahead. You're doing better than you've ever done before. The only thing that could stop you is this address. So now they're
And
going
it did too.
Listen to me. So now they're going to desensitize you to this address so that you never, ever have to be slowed down. Either they're going to desensitize you so that you have to go there so many times that it doesn't phase you anymore, or you're going to tell them, listen, I don't want to go to this address anymore. And they're going to say, okay, honey, no problem. And then you're never going to have to go there anymore, and you're still going to be super fast. Either way, it's about you understanding that you have a lot more help on that side than you think you do, and about moving you into the future without that negative energy. You're petering it out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I talked to him all day at work in the van.
He's hearing you. He's totally hearing you. He's talking about a package that was like some kind of toy or something, and it wasn't wrapped, and he saw it.
Toy that wasn't wrapped.
It's like a box, and he's like, that's for me. That's
Oh, shit, shut up.
Amy's
had
like, I
Macy's-
cannot have my microphone on. I know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I didn't wrap Macy's gift. And why can't I think of the gift? Amy, unmute and just say it because I can't think of the gift now. Would I get
It
it?
was a bluey toy.
Oh yeah, the bluey toy. Bingo. Yeah, I didn't feel like wrapping it.
And that's your niece?
Yeah, we had her birthday party this weekend.
Right. Okay. So he's bringing up the birthday party. He was at the birthday party, honey, and he really liked whatever you got her. He's all over it. He's like, that gift? The one that wasn't wrapped? Oh, yeah. I like that. That's cool. I'm playing that with her. I was so there.
Yeah, the other gifts were girl clothes, so I didn't think you would want that.
You know, it just blows me away that no matter how many times I read for you, that they still find a way to bring through a piece of information of something that there's no way I could know, so that you know he was there for that. He's so proud of you. He's like, Mama, this is just amazing. Like, he's like so proud of you. He's like, the next week is going to be even better than last week, but you really need to take responsibility and go to your work and communicate that situation. You have
I
nothing
was going to
to be
the other
embarrassed
day,
about.
but I didn't because I felt like it was still too raw. And
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna just start crying, and I don't want to cry in front of my bosses.
Why?
I don't know.
Listen to me, honey. The strongest people in the world cry. People who don't cry are the weakest people in the world. Crying takes strength. It takes strength to be vulnerable. And it takes wisdom to know what to do in these situations and to do it so that you don't continually hurt yourself. I really think you asked why this situation happened. And I think it happened because there is one house out of all the houses that you could deliver to that could hurt you. You have to take responsibility for putting some boundaries around your heart so that that can't hurt you. And if you ask for that little bit of help, the help is going to come in. And what do you need more than anything right now? You need support. You need Here's the thing. If your bosses came around you and were like, girl, if we had known this, we would have never sent you there. Girl, we are going to make sure that this never happens again. Don't you worry about it. How's that going to make you feel? Are you going to get up in the morning feeling safer to go to work, feeling excited to go to work, knowing that's not going to happen again?
Yeah.
Take responsibility for your future and for taking care of yourself. That's part of the message here, is that in order for you to keep going forward and faster and doing better and better and better, you have to feel safe. You can't excel if you're running, if you feel threatened, if you feel scared, then you're not going to do great at your job. So you have to take responsibility to protect yourself, and then let your people around you support you. Let them help you. And don't feel bad about crying. Honey, I would be more worried if you didn't cry. I would be more worried if you didn't go in there and, show a little bit of emotion around the fact that your child, who has been gone not even 2 years yet, that they're making you go to that house. I think any person in this world that has a soul is going to be like, duh, if I had known that, I would never have done that to you. You don't have to suffer that. That's your ego. That's your ego. You have nothing to feel bad about. You have done nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong with you. That I'm seeing an opportunity for you to feel supported and loved, and to make sure that you don't have to walk into that scenario again. But they can't force you. It's not about somebody coming in and doing it for you, because then you're not going to know that you have the power to protect yourself. You have to do this so that you know you can be safe moving forward, that you have the power to got your own back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's like, all right. Your son, just so you know, is loving this driving job. Loving it. He's like turning up the radio. Do you have the radio on loud while you're working during the
No,
day?
I don't have it on, but I wish I could. I have to get that GPS. No, I have to get the GPS figured first. I already told them.
Okay, so you know what he's talking about. Because he's like, turn up the radio, turn up the radio, turn up the radio. I'm like, why do you keep turning up the radio? And you're like, I'm not listening to the radio. I'm like, why not? Why are you turning up the radio? And yeah.
But I
So,
have been turning up the radio in my car when I don't have to use a GPS.
no, I got what he's saying. He's going to have you moving. So part of the reason why you were able to do these deliveries so fast last week was because you started to know your way around. You started to know some of the addresses. You could just go there, and you didn't have to rely on that GPS. You were able to just do it, right? This is what
Well,
he's
yeah.
showing me. That eventually, like very soon here, you're going to have that thing nailed, and you're going to be able to turn the radio on. You and him are going to be kicking it, because that's what he's showing me. He loves driving around with you in that truck, and he's like turning up the radio. And so if you are not got to the place where you can have the radio on yet, it's coming. It's coming. Keep talking to him, honey. You're not doing anything wrong. These are scenarios that you have to come to, work your way through, and then keep going. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You can't go around it. You have to go through it. And no matter what, whether it was yesterday or next week or next year, you were going to come to a situation much like this. The sooner you deal with it, the sooner you work through it, the less power it has to affect you. And that's what's going on, is that you're,
Well, the first time he had me go just on the street, I didn't have to go to the house.
no, so
And
he
then
conditioned
I had
you.
then I had to physically go to the house. And I knew I was on my way to the house. I knew that I had to go to that house before I even got the load, because I looked at my itinerary and I knew. And I was like, oh shit, 79 is. And I'm like, ah, shit. I even Googled it. I'm like, oh, yep, it is the fucking house. Well, Timmy, I gotta do it. And then
Proud of you.
as soon as I pulled on that street, I started bawling and all the bad memories. And I was like, get the memories out of my head, the bad ones. But it didn't work. They just kept flooding in, and that whole entire night flashed before my eyes. It was terrible.
I can only imagine, sweetheart.
It was like reliving it all over again.
So now, if you just got burned, you would go treat yourself, right? You're going to go, if you burned your hand, you're going to apply salve. You're going to apply a bandage. You're going to be easy on it. You're not going to continue to work that hand. You're going to give it some rest. Yes? Your soul just got burned. You have to just go easy on yourself. You need to share this with your work, sweetheart, because they're going to protect you. I'm telling you right now, I'm not feeling anybody coming to you and like, nee, 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 nee. Anybody who has a heart in their chest is going to have compassion in this kind of scenario.
No, they seem like they're really good dudes, actually.
I'm telling you right now, Christina.
Just chickened out.
I know. When you say you chickened out, Tammy goes, but you're my mom. You're strong. You got this. Even though you might feel weak right now. I'll say it. I said it in the beginning and I'll say it again. You are a lot stronger than 99% of the people that I talk to that would have run away, that never would have gone through with that situation, that would have broke down in the middle of it. I know you think that you broke down during it, but you functional breakdown you did. That takes an enormous amount of strength and healing. And I don't want you to have to go back in that situation, and neither do they. And that's why the first time that they brought you to that street was to try to inspire you to feel how badly that felt so you would tell them and get support. This happens to us a lot of the times. We feel vulnerable and scared, but we don't reach out and ask for help because we feel embarrassed by our vulnerability. You have nothing to be embarrassed about. Now that you've been there the second time, you need to reach out. Once you can reach out and take that off the table, then you never have to experience that again, and you can just jump in and enjoy your job. This did not happen to break you down. It happened to strengthen you up and help show you what you need to do to heal. And part of what you need to do to heal is take responsibility for protecting yourself and put those boundaries up. You should not have to expose yourself to going to that house over and over again. And I don't think God wants you to. But he wants you to be strong enough to protect yourself. You can do this.
Yeah.
Okay. And my goodness, are you cute? Just saying. You never wear your hair down and your glasses off and all that. You look so cute right now tonight. I'm just telling you. I see a man coming in your world. I know that you probably don't want to hear this, but there is somebody coming in your world in the next year. I'm telling you right now. The grandmother figure behind you is bringing somebody here. And I saw Timmy holding his hand, like almost like holding his hand. He's not in spirit, but visually he's giving me this image of he's bringing somebody like a father figure into your world. And this one's not going to run away, Mom. This one's going to stick around is what I heard.
We'll
Aw.
see.
Give it some time. I know it's a far cry from where you are right now, but that's just a sign that you are healing. This too shall pass, and you're getting there. Oh, sweetheart. Big
So
Okay, Christina, or not Christina, Amy, I'm coming down to
wait,
you.
wait, time out before you go to quick. I've been trying to meditate, like you said. It's gonna sound like a stupid question, but the other day I do those daily Bible verse things every morning. And when I was meditating, I don't know, I was trying to talk to God, and it sounded like he was responding back to me in my head, but I didn't know if it was myself like making it up in my head. How do you know if you're like making up I know it sounds stupid.
It does not sound stupid. That was the biggest thing that I used to say to myself all the time. Oh, you're just making that up in your head, Tracy. You're just making that up in your head, Tracy. You're just making that up in your head, Tracy. You're not making it up. God sounds like a thought that interrupts the rest of your thoughts. So you can tell the difference by how it feels.
No,
Sounds like,
it felt like he was answering me back.
and that's real. Here's the thing, God
But I
lives in
was like, oh, that's just yourself making up the response.
I want you to understand something. God has one answer to every single thing you think, and that answer is yes. It's always yes. That's the only answer God has for you. When you say, that's just me making it up, yes, yes, it is. And then that's the way the reality will turn out.
Well,
When-
I didn't say that.
listen. If I say it that way, that's the way it turns out. If I say, that's God talking to me in my head, yes, yes, it is. And so that is the way it will turn out. Do you understand? God has one word, and that is yes. If you feel a sign or a symbol or a response and you say, is this it? Yes, it is. You're answering your question before you even ask it. You know, just asking the question is the answer because you can't see or think of something if it's not there. When God talks to you, you know it, but it's so clear and it's so obvious that it sounds
That's what
like
I'm saying.
your
It
own
was
thought.
way clear. It was way clear,
That's
but it
God,
never happened to me before.
because you've never directly asked for him to answer you before. Most
Oh,
people
that's
talk
true.
at God, but they don't listen. Prayer is when you speak to God. Meditation is when he speaks to you. So
I
yes.
got up early that day too.
You what?
I got up extra early that day too.
And you have the
So
best days
nobody
those
could
days.
interrupt me.
You have the best days those days, don't you? You get up early, you visualize your day going the way you want it to go. And see, part of that, you were doing that, and then this big bad day happened. But that's not because you didn't visualize your day going great. It's because part of it is because you visualized your day going great. And so what that means that anything that's not great that could come and trip you up has to get removed so that it can't be there in your path to trip you up anymore. So the only way they could get you to remove this is by exposing you to it, so you will finally be inspired to remove it. Once you remove the ability from it hurting you anymore, then you get up every single day and you imagine it going great again. Now there's no obstacles. You get to go from here to great, like that. But this was an obstacle between you and great. So when you pray and say, thank you for the greatest day, then God has to take you to whatever is the obstacle, remove the obstacle so that you can get to the greatest day. See what I'm saying? This is what it looks like when you start meditating. Sometimes people get tripped up by this because we're like, well, I started meditating and then all hell broke loose. Yeah, because that hell is getting ripped out of your life so that you can have heaven.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, kiddo. All right, Amy. I know you're talking. You guys are having a great time over there. Your husband, half the time I wish I could hear him because you just are laughing the whole time and I can't hear anything he's saying. I'm like, I would like to know the joke. And I just saw someone throw a football at his head. Why did I see a football go at his head? Does he watch football?
He's obsessed.
He's obsessed? Yeah, and there's a big Super Bowl game, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what this means, but the purple guys win.
She said purple guys win, but I don't think there's a purple team in there. There's not.
In
They're
what?
actually both red.
The Super Bowl?
Yes. It's in February.
I see purple. So one would have to be a darker red than the other then.
Yes.
What is wrong with us?
That's the winner one.
That's what we should be doing.
It's funny because I'm seeing betting and winning and like bets and stuff. Has he put money on that?
Oh my God. I don't think he bet for the Super Bowl yet, but he bets every game.
Because they're showing me that scene from Back to the Future where Michael Jackson say, I'm gonna go back and put a little, or Michael Jackson, what is his name? Michael J. Fox saying, I'm gonna go back and put some money on the Cubbies. I'm literally hearing that in my head. And then the father figure standing behind him is going, yeah, you remember that scene? Yeah, it's the purple one, or the redder one, the dark one. That could almost be purple. That one, they're gonna win. Put some money on those guys.
Who's at the Niners?
No, I think the Chiefs are darker.
Are they?
Yeah, because
I thought the Niners.
Niners are like a burgundy.
Yeah, they're purplish red.
That's yes. He heard himself say it out loud, right? Ding, ding, ding.
I'm pretty sure they're both pretty much the same red. I think.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Now I'm going with Indians. I don't even play, but I heard ding, ding, ding. That's where we're going here. His grandfather, I think, it's not his dad. His dad's still here in the physical world.
Yeah.
It's his grandfather just wants him to know that he's in this too. We're doing this together, boy. We're doing this together.
Sound good? Right. Here's my challenge. Doom starting. Download now.
I didn't ask you your focus, Amy. I just let them jump in. Do you have a focus today?
No, like when that girl was like, yeah, whoever's gonna come through with guidance, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
You know who's coming through with guidance is your grandfather-in-law, your husband's grandfather. He's the one that's wanting to talk right now. You know, that's a good sign. I'll tell you why. I just said in my head, I'm like, why is his grandpa coming forward? Like, seriously, what's up with that? And then I literally heard in my head, because the biggest concern in this house right now is who's going to win the damn football game. If there was something more serious on the table, we'd bring it up. Do you understand that?
That's funny. For him, it's football.
Oh, sweetie. For you, see, everything feels pretty good right now. It really does. That grandma that's standing, well, it's an auntie. I said grandma, she just went, I'm like, okay, auntie? She's like, there we go. You have an auntie on the other side, yeah?
Yes.
She's talking about lighten up, girl. Lighten up. Have some fun. You gotta have some fun. You gotta not be so serious. You gotta just try to have some fun. They threw the book out. Do you read a lot?
I go in spurts.
Have you
I have spurts.
Have you had a little spurt where your nose has been stuck in a book for a while?
So I started to be in a spurt and I didn't like where my book was going, so I put it down.
Wow. So that's not an accident. They're taking the book away. They're taking the book away because it's not what you need right now. You need fresh air. You need outside. They're literally taking you outside and telling you to go for a walk, that the walk and the fresh air and the oxygen. Have you been tired lately?
So like the last 2 days, I've been like really sore, very tired. So like I stayed home from work and I've just been like resting. I'm just exhausted.
Means you don't have enough oxygen. Because if your body has enough oxygen, oxygen is energy. Energy is oxygen. If you don't have enough oxygen, you're extraordinarily tired. Something every mother knows. Your kid can have the worst earache for 5 hours in the middle of the night, and you take them out at 3 a.m. to go to the hospital. And the second that you hit the fresh air, we're good now. We just want to play now that we're at the hospital and in the, the kids' room while mom's sitting there like exhausted because the air hit them and they got better. You need oxygen, sweetie. Oxygen. So you got to breathe. Even if you don't get outside, open your window and do some breathing exercises. No joke. I'm not making it up. Big dramatic breaths in, big dramatic breaths out. Do that in the morning and do that a couple of times during the day. And that's going to help get that oxygen flowing throughout your body again. When you're in that exhausted mode, that's why they're taking the book away, because reading is not going to help you. It's just going to make you more tired. That's why, and they're proving my point right now. Why do you yawn when you're tired? Because your brain's trying to get more oxygen. That's why we yawn. Yawning gets oxygen into the brain. You need air. You need oxygen. Go for a walk. You'll be fine. Your aunt said that she also, she's showing me the journaling, and she's also telling you to take a hint from your sister up here. She's like, you can do it, you could do it, you could do it. But getting up.
So it's my app that I'm on every day because I have to log everything, all my symptoms, how I'm feeling. It's my pregnancy app thing.
Oh.
And so every day I have to log on it.
That's a good thing. And just so you know, if you do get pregnant, fatigue is one of the big signs.
I know. I hate this app because it tells you every part that you're in. So like if I was to get pregnant, it's like implantation would be happening like today in the next 2 days. And I'm like, cool. Thanks, app.
Thanks a lot. I already know it's happening soon. I just don't know when. This is not happening or helping.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
And I know it's coming soon too, so I can't tell you when. I just know that they're telling you get out, go for a walk, all is well. And that the only issue on the table is who's going to win the frickin' Super Bowl. And that's a good thing, because if there was any issues, they would bring them up. There is no issues.
Yeah, no, everything's been pretty okay. The landlord called with a bigger place. So,
That's amazing. You didn't even have to try for that one. It just came to you.
yeah, no, it's been pretty good actually. I'm always great at work, but work's been great. Home's been pretty good.
Write it. There's the writing it down, but not just the app, is write down. Maybe not even so much write down, but just kind of like Christine is doing. When you first get up in the morning, visualize your day going the way that you want it to go. Write down, thank you for the best day of my life. Or
Oh, I've
"Thank
been
you
doing
for-"
that.
That's what she's showing me.
I had like the one day I was like, I'm gonna get the best pick runs all day because I personally shop for people, and I got them all day.
What you create vibrationally will manifest physically. If you get up in the morning and you visualize it going the way that you want it to go, and you thank God you vibrationally create it this way, then when you enter into it physically, it will line up for you that way. But if you get up in the morning and you're running late and you yell at your kids and you grab a piece of toast and you slam your toe in the door as you run out the door and you beep at this guy and get the hell out of my way, you jackass, and guess what happens? That's the kind of day you have all day long. So if you've been following this and writing it down and learning to manifest, that is amazing. Just understand you are exactly where you need to be right now. That's awesome. The Niners. I can't wait to find out if I'm right. What was it? The Niners?
It's February. Yeah, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers.
49ers.
Yep.
Okay.
They're both red teams though.
Amy, she's asking which one's winning.
No, I'm telling you.
The
49ers.
darker.
I know, but we want the Chiefs to win.
That's why he's not happy about this. I'm telling you though. So I can't wait to see if I'm right about that, or not even me, Spirit, if they're right about this, because they're showing me
I'll make
Niners.
some bets with Josh too.
Okay,
Huh?
so which one's the purple
Chiefs,
team?
and
I'm betting. I want
the
the money.
49ers are
The more
they're red, gold, and white.
See,
And
that
then the
makes
Chiefs are
sense.
just red and white.
So it makes sense to me. I'm going to say the 49ers. And I'll tell you why that I'm pretty sure on this one, because they're telling him to bet this. And so they wouldn't be telling him to bet this. If he was going to pick that team anyway, then they wouldn't need to tell him to bet that, right? So
Yeah.
them coming in saying, if you're going to do the bet, just bet against your team just once, just in case. Just in case. You can bet both ways. But at least if you lose, you still win.
The Chiefs are wearing red.
Yeah.
The Niners are wearing white.
So the Niners are gonna wear white and the Chiefs are wearing red.
Okay, now I gotta know. Now we're gonna do this my way. Fine, let's find out. I don't even like football and I want to win. My psychic intuition tells me the 49ers, but let's see what the cards say. So show me the Chiefs. Are the Chiefs gonna win this? I would like to see. Show me the Chiefs. The Chiefs come up the balance. Interesting. Show me the 49ers. Show me the 49ers. 10 of Pentacles. This is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, the 10 of Pentacles. I'm telling you right now.
It is. I'm betting them.
The 2 of Pentacles is like trying to juggle, trying to keep it in the air, trying to struggle, juggling. The 49ers, and look it on the bottom, wishes fulfilled. Like,
Josh, you're gonna lose and I'm gonna win the money.
now, his grandfather just says if he's a smart man and listens to his grandfather, then he's going to bet both teams. And then even if he loses, he wins.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I bet both and then I want to win some money.
Oh, this is just getting fun.
Bring it here.
I'm telling you, your loved ones on that side are having a blast with this one now.
I bet. A lot of our family loved sports.
I can tell. Like I don't usually talk about sports. When do you hear me get up here and talk about sports? Ever?
Yeah, no, big sports fans.
Yeah, he's like, when you say that, the grandfather said, so get out all the gear too. We got the gear. You can wear the gear at home. We can wear the gear at home. He's giving me socks and fingers and like all the spiel. You know what I mean?
I literally said, I told Josh, I was like, whoever's going to the Super Bowl, the team I want to win, I'm just gonna go get some merch so I can wear it for the game.
That's what I'm telling you. This is what he's showing me wearing them. That's what it's called, merch. I'm calling it gear, but merch. He's showing me wearing all of that for the game at home. He's so excited. There's people coming over. Oh, you got the whole thing set up. You got people coming over. We got snacks.
We're going to his sister's house.
So please know that Grandpa's going with you. It's going to be a great game.
What day is that?
It's February 10th, I think, or 11th. It's February 11th, I believe.
Is that a Sunday?
Yeah. I took the
Okay.
next day.
I want to go.
That's
I'm off on Sunday. I want to go.
I can drink.
What did he say?
I can drink.
Oh my God, Grandpa's funny. He's like, be happy you can. I'm Casper. And he takes a drink and it goes right through him.
I wonder if that's my dad.
It probably is.
Oh my God. Okay, you guys, they're pulling their energy back and I'm done like dinner. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. And Janelle, you stayed right till the end. So thank you for that. I hope it was helpful for you too. Awesome. All right, you guys. Mwah! Have an amazing night. I will see you guys again on my lives tomorrow, and I'll probably talk to you again Christina, I love your morning updates. You don't have to stop.
Oh, okay.
Guys, bye.
Love you.